get into these bags, we done had lots of time. The Joker had his act, now it's our time to go and shine. Some of them still blind, still heavenly programmed minds. And hopefully when it happens and it goes, it's overnight. But regardless of what happens, the future's extra bright. Cause the SEC is cooked and no more Gary lies. Only thing that would top it is Deaton taking the prize. But the swamp super deep in the east, so no surprise. Cause the media, the news and the television, they lie. The sports is all rigged and the cartoons programming minds. But we turning a corner and we headed past the sky. But some say there's no space and it's all just AI. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep them rockets pumping. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep this thing pumping. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep them rockets pumping. Deep state was holding us back, but now we running. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep them rockets pumping. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep this thing pumping. Trump pump coming, we gon' keep them rockets pumping. Deep state was holding us back, but now we running. Bags on my mind all the time. Getting to these bags, to the prize. Headed to the golden age, don't get left behind. Bluminati wealth got Bluminati minds. Fudding, they keep on fudding, they fudding. But we kept buying and buying while they was crying and crying. Fudding, they keep on flooding, they fudding. But we keep buying, while they was crying, they crying. Bags on my mind all the time. Getting to these bags, to the prize. Headed to the golden age, don't get left behind. Bluminati wealth got Bluminati minds. So it begins bullish, we just getting started. Rockets pumping, flipping switches out of here, watch it rocket. We told you it was coming and there's nothing that can stop it. Portfolios popping, rich glitches getting them profits. On coffee time they going crazy and we extra bullish. Cause we been stuffing bags and stuffing them to the fullest. We stacking up them ZRKs, little clowns, don't be foolish. Christmas coming early, I guess you didn't hear them birdies. 10X and waving, ripping and leaving these little earthlings. Headed past the moon, past Elon, we passing Mars. XRP pumping, blasting up off the charts. XRP pumping, good gracious, passing the stars. Bags on my mind all the time. Getting to these bags, to the prize. Headed to the golden age, don't get left behind. Bluminati wealth got Bluminati minds.
What up? Let's go. What up, Buster? How you doing? Happy.
I got no sound. Give me a sec.
Roger. Happy XRP Boardroom. A live community chat every Tuesday night. We talk crypto, we talk red pill, we talk XRP, we talk all of it. And you can join too. We can say whatever we want. Apparently we can show, AI videos of Goy Slop Jr. burgers. And then we can turn around and say a prayer. You know what I mean? But Buster's rejuvenating his technical difficulties. He'll be right on in a jiff. Welcome aboard to the boardroom. My name is Berserker. We talk here. We talk whatever we want. It's kind of cool that you guys come on and join. I like it. I like watching the chat. You guys are just mingling amongst each other's, giving dabs to everybody and saying what's up. It's pretty cool. So to see that. But boom. What's up, Zerker Lurkers? Papa Dram. Let's go, bro. Man, I just looking at Twitter is nutty. It is like dumpster fire on steroids. It is nutty, bro. I just want to see some stuff start happening. Like, maybe this is the beginning of it happening. Maybe this is the beginning. Like, who knows? But interesting. Interesting to watch it, and you're like, damn, dude, everything's falling apart, dude. MTG is like denouncing Q and Trump, even though she was huge on both of those subjects. Matt Gaetz is literally like, Mossad should be, you know, like, oh, dude, it's nutty, dude. Oh, dude, nutty. But anyways, welcome to the boardroom, everyone. Thanks for coming aboard. There we go. Hump day here in New Zealand. Bringing the weekend. Let's go. XRP's still rocking. XRP bag still rocking as always. Yep. He made some fire videos. He made one today. It's pretty fire. Just all the like the news, and he points out all the current events, but like the good current events that are like, oh damn, like this is more bullish than it's ever been. We're just chilling. We're just waiting on clarity and whatever they're gonna pull, whatever the shit they're gonna pull. So who knows? They may not pull anything. Who knows? But the way shit's looking, dude, it's about to go down. Something's about to go down. But a lot of the people were talking Trump is gonna bust out like evidence. Rumor has it he's gonna bust out evidence finally for 2020, and that'll kind of like get the ball rolling with all this fuckery. So I don't know. Who knows? Yep, there we go. It was always Zebek. Let's go, dude. Amen. Yep. I know you were all as bullish as I am. I can't be alone. That's correct. It's every fiber of our being, of my being and your guys' being, is all wrapped up into this. That's why you guys come on every Tuesday and Sunday. It's not just this show. It's just being an army member, knowing what's going down. Buster's back on.
I had no sound in my headphones, bruh.
You got your mic is like gained out pretty good. Yeah.
Yo.
There you go. A little bit better. Yep.
Lower?
No. It's a little lower. You could tap it a little bit higher, but like it was like gain.
Yo.
Yeah.
What up, pimp?
Turn that down. Good, bro. Just chilling. I'm gonna do cashing out. Shout out to Titan 888 XRP bags. But welcome to the boardroom, guys. No, I was just talking about how, you know, all the election fraud stuff's going to come out too. And Trump's going to bring out evidence for that. So who knows, bro? But yeah, shit's getting heinous, dude. The more and more people find out these more emails about how grotesque it is, it's nutty, dude. So, but yeah, clarity's right around the corner. Scott Bessent's just sitting there going, I believe clarity needs to be, we need to get this across the line. They're like, you know, we will win. We will, you know, get this across the line. They keep saying that, like we're going to get this across the goalpost. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it done. Like that. They keep saying that. They're like, all right, fuck, get it done. Let's go. Like, the fuck you waiting for? Like, I don't know. I think they're expecting the Epstein shit to start all hell. Break all hell.
Move the goalpost forward. Are they ever going to
Yeah.
move the goalpost forward?
Well, I think there's going to be some BTC fuckery because DAI, Cowboy Crypto, Mr. Intuitive, they're all looking at, they're right, dude. A lot of stuff's talking about how not only is this Bitcoin shit all mixed up with the Epstein boys, is that it's also tied into ETHgate and Truth Labs, homeboy who started talking about ETHgate back in the day. Truth Labs is coming out again, dude, and it's getting Mr. I and DAI all fired up about ETHgate. So that shit's going haywire right now too. Nerdy, nice abs. What's up, pimp?
Oh, hi.
Some Japan shit.
Hold on.
Japan's getting bullish. They're finally doing that $500 billion investment they talked about. But that's not old. That's not new news. That's old news. So they just I guess they finalized it today or something like that. It's like a $550 billion investment in America. Sorry, go ahead.
Here, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude. Hey, pull up the ETHgate fuckery with Truth Labs too, if you can.
All right.
Boom. There we go. All right. Confirmed. Gary Gensler really met with Epstein. Newly resurfaced 2018 emails are now confirming that Gary Gensler, years before becoming SEC chair and overseeing the lawsuit that froze XRP in the U.S., was directly referenced in coordination for a meeting with Jeffrey Epstein. The 2018 Gensler was publicly speaking about digital identity on blockchain and the future of crypto regulation at MIT, while Epstein was actively networking with top finance and tech figures. Just 2 years later, in December 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit. Yeah. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's like hella other connections. The Truth Lab shit is nutty.
All right, I'll look for it right now. So
there's hella other connections that are tying it all together to ETHgate. So
yeah,
this Bitcoin shit is ETHgate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck Narioff's still alive. He's gonna be talking in Vegas. So
the crazy part about all of this shit is basically they're admitting that Gary Gensler was basically instructed to take down Ripple because Epstein's and the Mossad didn't like it, and then they basically created that whole thing, and it's all within the emails. It's all there for proof that all that shit was a scam, and then even ties into Lubin and all them and ETH and all that. So I'm gonna look for it right now. What'd you say that guy? His name was
Truth Labs.
All right, I'm looking for it. Yeah, we were talking about that shit for a minute. These dots. That shit connects right to Howard Lutnick and all them. Because Howard Lutnick and Jeff, they were like neighbors or some shit.
Bruh.
Yeah, all these people live together. They all live next to each other. Tyler Reed, Truth Labs.
Bro. Yeah, no. It's weird, dude.
I think
it's weird. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think are you talking about this one? The one that he pinned? Hold on. I'm gonna share his screen so you can see.
Yeah, that guy. That's the same guy. Tyler Reed, yep. Dark money deep dive showing blockchain evidence of relationships between some of the darkest money in tech, including the relationships between Wan Zheng, MIT, Epstein, Peter Thiel, and many foreign adversaries of America, including one that purchased and owned the domains killtrump.crypto and killtrump.eth. Yeah, there's a lot more going on. Is that the most recent one?
He pinned this one. And
not
then
the pin. Go, yeah, do something else. He says something about it's earlier today. There's so much, so he puts out so much.
Let me know if you see something that looks familiar, and then I'll stop.
It gets nutty with Truth Labs. Logan Paul's NFT bullshit too. Blue Sky
Epstein. That makes sense. That's just garbage.
Yeah, dude, it's just nutty. If you go down this whole thing, it's about ETHgate and how Epstein's connected all of it. So in other words, you could look at Bitcoin and Ether as the same thing. But will something happen about it? Probably not. You know what I mean? You got fucking Root Network and all these other ERC dependent,
shit,
ETH dependent things going on.
Who was the original founder of Coinbase? Binance, and it says crypto.com. They literally created.
Why do you think they shoved it all in our face and they continue to? You don't see Uphold commercials on Super Bowl. You don't see fucking Ripple commercials on Super Bowl. I'm not saying Ripple is the sanctified one. I think it's evil as fuck. But whether or not they're the same kind of mushy circle as this, you know what I mean?
It goes deep.
Yeah, it goes deep. I don't know, bro. Let's have some people on and talk about it. I'm gonna drop the baby gates.
Yeah,
welcome to the boardroom.
If you guys know anything, shit, talk about it. We want to know. This is crazy.
Links in the chat, guys. 171 watching. Appreciate you guys. Happy boardroom.
Dan, there's hella connections.
Sandra Turnbow, $10 super cash app.
Dan,
and,
look at Binance.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Sandra. Kraken?
Yep. Kraken's trying to copycat Uphold too. They're trying to get your paycheck, your deposit, and give you some percentage back.
Wait. Does that mean that Uphold is actually the only innocent exchange?
a lot of people talk shit, bro. It's crazy.
We talked shit about Uphold, but it seems like Uphold's the only
definitely
legit one out there.
Uphold they fucked up back in the day with like creds and shit. Remember we talked about that? But you mean, fuck, who knows, dude? I mean, it's not even American either. It's like British or some shit.
Yeah,
I forgot where it was. So
Tim Shea, 777. Appreciate you, brother. He said it's for the red envelope. I don't know what that means though.
that's the Happy New Year envelope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's that. Good luck. Yeah.
My
Fire Horse. Everybody's
StreamYard,
talking about Fire Horse too. Sorry, go ahead.
my StreamYard comments aren't loading up, dude. I don't know that's why I keep hopping off the show, but I'm having all kind of technical difficulties over here.
Yeah.
they
dude.
said they had when I came in the show, they had a warning saying that they're dealing with some issues right now.
Damn. Yeah.
I just found something interesting. I'm about to run it.
My dumbass like cleaned my computer and all my dumbass like, important like, cookies and shit, and I can't even sign into anything, dude. I barely got into here on time. Yeah, so I'm all fucked up. So you're gonna be our fucking you're our operator, nerdy. I ain't got no access to X right now, so
okay. Well, I'll show you guys this just for the shits and giggles of it, and then I'll play my other video. Check this out. So this is what I've been working on. Oh, you can't see it.
No.
Oh, you can't see it. Fuck. Never mind. I was able to figure out how to make a wallet. So let me show you. I'm gonna remove that. Mark, I'm gonna add you.
Marcus, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining us.
I'm gonna play this. Then I'm gonna go over here and change it.
Tim Shea, there's that 777. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate
This
it,
is
bro.
not easy, folks. You guys try to do in the stream. It's just hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, you still doing that P90X or what?
You like that?
Buster's been grinding, bro.
All right. Here.
I got all my teeth done too.
Nice, bro.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's been like 2-month process, dude.
Damn. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Our goal was nothing less than to replace the US dollar by creating a new digital currency.
The central source of all monetary transactions.
As a technology investor, I invest in new beginnings.
This is really intended to be half of the global financial system.
By creating a new digital currency.
After PayPal was sold, they did not abandon the mission. They just changed their strategy. Author Jimmy Sonny reiterated Elon's obsession after interviewing him for the Founders book. The vision was big. He wanted to change the entire financial system. Now let's look at the timeline.
I invest in new beginnings.
2013, Peter Thiel's Founders Fund invests in Ripple Labs, alongside Andreessen Horowitz and all the other heavy hitters. Around that same era, XRP is distributed to wallets with the names of these investors and their greatest philosophical and scientific idols. I'll let you decide whether that is coincidence or not. And in 2015, Peter Thiel backs JD Vance early, helps fund his venture career, and supports his rise into Washington. Then, of course, fast forward a few years, Elon acquires Twitter and turns it into X, the everything app. Elon has always been obsessed with the letter X. To him, X represents infinity. It's in his companies, it's in his branding, it's even in his family life. But Elon didn't buy Twitter on his own. Andreessen Horowitz committed around 400 mil to support the transformation. Qatar Investment Authority also chucked in and owned 50% of the Qatar National Bank. Both are tied to Ripple, one through investment and the other through partnership. Then the crypto president arrives.
Using the state-of-the-art crypto technology, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade.
The tech oligarchs usher in JD Vance for the long-term play. They install PayPal mafia member David Sachs to execute the vision as the cryptos are. Elon cleanses the stale government backend with Doge, all in preparedness for the technocrat endgame. And here's the kicker. One of the biggest roadblocks for X has always been...
We're just waiting for the final approvals to come through for the money transmitter licenses. It's just taken longer than expected.
Ripple quietly hold more global payment licenses than any other crypto payments company. Are you connecting the dots yet?
By creating a new digital currency.
That's crazy,
Ooh.
right?
Ooh,
Fuck.
bro. That is good.
Booyah!
What's up, Plumbing? Welcome,
Hey.
welcome to the boardroom.
He
Spice
just
it up.
spoke the truth, brother. He just spoke the fucking truth. Everybody sitting on here's balls getting all shrunk up and shit, all this shit happening. But the truth is, dude, Ripple's the big boss. There's the big balls. They got the big balls in the room. And they always have, always will. All these fucking haters out there bitching and complaining. Fuck you. If you fell for Bitcoin, that's your fault. Okay? That's your fucking fault. Yeah, it was a good idea when it started, but shit got better. And now it's the fucking it's the 1987 or 1995 cell phone from fucking what was that cell phone company back in the day, guys? Had the little
Nokia?
Nextel?
Primeco. It was the Primeco.
Primeco. Goddamn, bro.
That's some hood shit right there.
He said Primeco. What the fuck?
That's
I've
some
had a cell
East
phone for
Coast
a
hood
long
shit.
time, dude.
I thought you said Bronco.
Damn, bro.
Ron Popeil just said it.
Basically a
Forget
freaking
it.
calculator with the SIM card. What the hell?
Yeah.
Bro. What's up,
That's
Plumbing?
wild.
What do you got, bro? Yeah.
Why is XRP the same price as 8 years ago? The sentiment's not though, man. Like, because OSW was like when we started to go red pill last show. He's like, man, you guys did it the show before, man. Go XRP, right? But I sort of only focus on the Matrix versus us, man. And like 8 years ago was like, man, the collective's gonna lose all his fucking money in this shit. Oh man, the collective, they think they know what's gonna happen. Oh, the collective, this and that. Then 8 years later, you could be like, oh man, honey, I don't know how much longer I could take this work shit. Why didn't you do what the collective did? It's sort of working out for the collective over there, and that's 8 years, bro. You know, then they could be like, oh, well, if we did $1,000, how many would we get? Oh, 700. Oh, the collective told me 5 years ago we'd have got 5,000. Fuck the collective. You see what I'm saying? So the whole sentiment's changed, man. It's not the same, even though it's the same price. People are getting it. I don't care if they miss or not, but the sentiment's changing up in this motherfucker. So that's what I pay attention to, man. No article is going to make me feel more bullish. That's why I really don't give a fuck about a lot of shit's happening though with Trump and the crypto bill and all that. But
I could make you more bullish.
I can make you more bullish. We got the boys on. We got Pay Me, Marcus, Plumbing, Nerdy Buster, and me. Let's go.
I think it's generally from a crypto perspective, there's a lot of cases where product market fit has kind of lagged price sentiment and the narrative. You know, we think that that's going to change over time. Battle tested blockchain that has a real opportunity to capture market share as we see the proliferation of these use cases. And ultimately, I think a lot of the excitement comes just from the demand. So, you know, as we talk to investors around the country, enthusiasts, stakeholders, it's one of the broadest communities, and there are a lot of diehard fans. And the sales team was just telling me that, you know, anecdotally, advisors are constantly asked by their clients about XRP. And in some cases, it's the second most talked about asset in this community behind Bitcoin. We have a strong, vibrant.
That's bullish.
Yeah, bro.
That's super bullish.
Yeah.
If we weren't bullish enough already, you should be even more bullish now.
Run it.
That's for people that ain't bullish, dude. I think probably everybody in here is bullish as shit. All of us.
We're beyond bullish.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Convicted.
I'm super ready, dude. Shit. You gotta explain to me. How about the video from a couple years ago? Why? What was it? It was done by damn, I can't. You guys had them on the show the other day. All their videos. Why do I hold XRP? Remember that one?
Yeah, that's NFA.
Yeah, NFA.
Right.
That was a good one, dude. And that was giving out information that's already now starting to be exposed. talking about all the partnerships that Ripple has, is now all of a sudden now starting to come out. And that shit was 2 years ago they were talking about it. We're so ahead of our time. We're so far ahead that it's not that we're lucky, we're smart. We stuck to it. We paid attention to what's going on out in the world, and we locked in. So tap yourself on the back, because you did this. Nobody else did it. You did. You had to make the decision to get your ass up, to make the payment, to get what you need to get these assets. And everyone here that's done it has done it, and you're doing a good job. But yeah, if you need a little pep talk once in a while, dude, it's pretty much in everybody's face, man. Ripple's the big boss. They're gonna be they're the ones carrying it. And like I've said before, the only thing that I'm really concerned with is the switching of a system. That's what I'm only concerned with, because they could throw all this shit out there they want, but if we go down and a new system comes up and we can't access our shit, that's scary. That's scary, and it's a possibility.
Crypto Hood Rich, send it to Nerdy's Twitter. Whatever news you got. Sorry, my bad, Buster. Buster's got a share screen coming up. We got Miles on deck too. Welcome aboard.
At NerdyX90, just like it says on my thing. That's my handle. So yeah, just send it to me. Just DM it to me.
Well, we're pumping up, dude. Tuesday nights seem to be your guys' favorite night. We're like 240 already out the gate, and it's only been like 20 minutes. That's good.
Let's run it.
Such a high proportion of people within the XRP community are just such good moral and ethical human beings, and 85% of people that are XRP holders were not vaccinated.
In regards to the survey, so I found 81% of those who are invested in XRP are unvaccinated. Now that was a Twitter poll, but by comparison to regular polling is usually a sample size of 100. My sample size was about 18,000. Comes to what's called a Z-score in statistics. A Z-score of 143 is next to impossible. So that is what we're looking at here, is something that we could only say is an act of God, that this many quality people have found their way to the XRP ledger to be in this place and sustain the pressure of overwhelming force of Epstein and the governments and all of this coming down against XRP. We have been organized into a group of very select people that are in the right place. And I don't think it's by accident. I think it's because there is a reckoning coming in which XRP will naturally ascend to the #1 cryptocurrency, and quite a bit beyond that.
Whiskey, won't you go?
Such a high proportion of people.
Bro, that's crazy, dude.
Isn't that
crazy.
Reaper Financial guy? Isn't that who that was?
I don't know. That's Buster's video. Where'd that come from, Buster?
Yeah, it's from Cashew Nate, but
that's the chosen. That's that chosen shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a dope statistic.
I ran across that today, so I was like, I'll save that one.
Here's some gematria for the day.
You can't make it up, dude.
You guys hear that Reverend Jesse Jackson died?
No.
Yep.
So I ran his name, and XRP the Storm, dude. It's fucking here. Shit.
Well, they say JB because his last name starts with a B, and they say 4 days after JB is the last time you could buy XRP. That's another one.
Damn.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Can I segue?
Yeah.
I'm trying to segue. The CC Canton coin. From the last time I was here, right? Just to see it. Has anybody done any research into it? Crickets.
Crickets, bro. Crickets. You're the boots on the ground.
That's unfortunate.
I've been listening secondhand.
I asked that you do some research on Canton coin, and you're going to be surprised at what you find. I'm not trying to convince anybody to do it. I'm simply trying to share the information the same way I shared the information to people about XRP. I feel like, I don't know if people broke or they being stubborn or they just don't take my word for it. Maybe they need to hear it from somebody else to do your own independent research. But if the partnerships and the amount of people that's built on the Canton network If it was being done on the XRP ledger, it would be the biggest fucking news anybody has ever heard. That's all we'll be able to talk about here. And I feel like we can't get too tribal with XRP that we don't look at other things. I'm simply just trying to share the information. Over the past couple of months, anybody that's paying attention, it's been trillions wiped off of the crypto market, yet Canton has been moving. Even today, shit, when the market is down, it's still moving up. I'm talking about over like 181% in the past couple of months. You have the NASDAQ building on the Canton network. JP Morgan, they even releasing their stablecoin, the JPM coin, natively on the Canton network. You have goddamn Broadridge. You have the DTCC. We're talking about, and they house trillions and trillions of dollars. There's more assets, RWAs, that we talk about coming to the XRP ledger. There's more right now being done daily than has ever been done on the ledger. They hold more RWAs than every other cryptocurrency combined right now today. Like, and I'm not doing it any justice trying to explain it to y'all. That's why I said, just check it out for yourself and see what you find. And you may be surprised. Even the tokenomics are incredible. They use a burn to mint mechanism, which actually benefits the token holder due to the usage of the network. Unlike other networks with bad tokenomics, you get minimal fees. Like, for instance, XRP ledger, there could be billions running across the XRP ledger, but the transaction fees are so minuscule that it doesn't even affect the price of XRP. That's how you hear so much fucking information coming out about the ledger, but you don't see any movement in the price, right? So I'm just trying to, the same way I was trying to spread the news about Flare, and for almost 3 years, and people weren't listening to me, and then now all of a sudden people start understanding what Flare is. Well, I believe that Canton is the same thing. Like, this project is massive, and it didn't just start. It's been out since fucking 2014. Over 10 years they've been building these relationships, but it didn't release a coin until last year. So I just say, and I love XRP, but I had to pop my head outside of that bubble and start doing my own research, you know what I mean? And I found Canton, and it's colossal, bro. It's colossal. And for the rest of your lives, nobody can never say, goddamn, they wish they would have knew or wish somebody would have told them, because I've been speaking on it. I know Nerdy spoke on it before, but yeah, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs now. I'm more bullish on this project than anything else. And I love XRP, but it ain't about that. It's about goddamn making money. I'm here to make money, a lot of money. You feel me? And I just feel like this is a strong project. All right, that's my rant about
No, you're good. I just want to give you a backup, is that the chat, a lot of the guys in the chat, when you come on, you talk it. When you come on and you talk Canton, Tammy, I can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So when you get on and you talk Canton, a lot of guys in the chat are saying that they're getting Canton. So they're validating what you're saying.
Hey, pay me. Don't forget, February 18th, the stock goes live. Tomorrow, Canton stock goes live.
Oh yeah, the new DAT company, Digital Asset Treasury, Third Moon, the first, and this is the first DAT that's Digital Asset Treasury that's actually on said network. They've rebranded their name from Third Moon to Digital Asset Holdings, and yes, it does go live. I thought it was tomorrow. That's tomorrow, right? What's today?
Yep, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep. Right. So, and just like these are numbers, right? I had it all in my phone. I don't have them right here. Okay, this just an example what I was talking about as far as the price moving, right? From the 1st of December to February 13th, so a couple days ago, right? The market has, first the market lost over 2 trillion within the last 5 months, right? And then from the 1st of December to the February 14th, the total crypto market shared over 850 billion, nearly another $1 trillion. But the Canton price from that exact same time went up 181%. Is that an anomaly, or is that something like this happened? And I believe people don't think it's a bear market, but I think it's a bear market right now. And this is another thing I hear people talk about deep reds and cryptos that are triple zeros and double zeros. I did the research on this. A fact is that most cryptos never make in their second or third bull run make a new all-time high. Only a couple cryptos has ever done that. So while we see these cryptos, their all-time high used to be X amount and it's so far away from that now, most cryptos never even get back to that all-time high. So that's something that people chasing that shit. The statistics show that doesn't even fucking happen. Even XRP didn't make a new fucking all-time high since when?
None of the ISOs really did. XRP, XLM.
None of them. No cryptos. It's only not even a handful that ever did it, OB. Like I did the research on that. Most cryptos never see a new fucking all-time high, and they haven't. So I've just been thinking about what Canton has been doing in this downtrend, in addition to the partnerships. I wish I had it all written down. I should have took snapshots of my pictures. I didn't know that I was going to be getting on here, but it's massive. And if you just do a little bit of research, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then, I mean, from there, it's on you to, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you do with your money. I'll just really try to share the information. I buy on my favorite exchange on Kraken. I use Kraken Pro and set my limits for what I want to buy it at. But Bybit has it.
Uphold's got it.
Uphold got it. And that's another thing. It hasn't even been listed on major exchanges. Coinbase, Binance. And you know why? The dude Yuval Ruiz, I think that's his name, some shit like that. He's the co-founder of it. It's because, you know, they want a fucking pay-to-play system. So they want a shitload of your coins and they want X amount of money in order to launch on their platforms. And they said they're not doing it. You know what I mean? There was no pre-mine. There was no VC get the tokens for cheap. If you wanted Canton, you had to buy them or build on the network. And that's how that works. You know? Yep. And there are several wallets. You don't have to use it. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's several wallets. I know some people ask, where can you hold it? You don't have to keep it on exchange. There's a wallet called the Kansai wallet for those that like to use iOS. That's CANSAI. There's the Loop wallet. There's the Zorro wallet. Cipher Lock. They also have a private, because it's all about, you know, privacy. So it has exchange called Temple. There's it's a lot of dApps on the network. Like, it's so much, bro. And I wish that I had took snapshots, that way I could better communicate. But okay, I'm just trying to spark something.
They're putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
Better percentage, Canton or XRP?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You feel me? But I tell you this. As of right now, Canton is my number 3 holding. And I'm working on it like shit to become number 2. I am more bullish on Canton Network than anything right now. XRP, I've been packing my bags for years. I'm done with that. That is sitting. I got some in the cold locked away. I got some on DeFi on Flare earning rewards. So now I'm looking forward. And Canton Network it's colossal, bro. It's colossal.
Bro, Arizona did a strategic reserve thing today, like a little charter or a little thing talking about strategic reserve. And the 3 coins on it, are Bitcoin, XRP, and Digibyte. Shout out to Rain. Digibyte's an American crypto made by this like white dude in Arizona. So, but shout out to Rain. Rain used to rep Digibyte back in the day, bro.
Y'all used to rap that goddamn Safe Moon too. You know that motherfucker just went to jail.
No, not rap, rep, like represent.
I know,
Like-
rep. Y'all used to rep.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Y'all made the song and everything.
Well, no, the Safe Moon, that was a joke.
Yeah.
But the Digibyte, I can't believe that shit's
Did
on.
y'all know he went to jail?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like
The guy
couple weeks
from
ago,
Safe
right?
Moon.
Last week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Safe Moon was the first rocket ship. I mean, dude, I made like 30 grand off like $200.
Nice.
Damn.
On Safe Moon, bro.
Damn.
But that was the first rocket ship that I ever purchased. That's why that song is well represented, bro. Like,
It is funny too, dude.
And I wasn't even hanging out with them when they made that fucking song. You know, to be honest, you guys already made that shit. But
Z-Back Flair, Don't Sleep on Us a How. Bradley B, let's go.
Yeah, it made me smile when I see people talking about Flair. Right on. They're about to lift the what is called? Shit. Having a brain fault. Not the vault. The cap on Firelight. For those that know about Firelight and wanting to get in on that, they're about to lift the cap on that. I think next week.
Isn't something happening with XRP Dex or some shit tomorrow? What is that about? You guys know anything about that?
Just an upgrade. That's all I heard.
Some Dex shit. Everybody's getting like hyper bullish about it, and it's kind of weird.
The DeFi lending protocol going to be finally the XLS or one of those adoptions that got voted on that we were referring to. I think that was the deadline.
We got
what's up, guys?
What's up? We got
what's up,
Crypto Navi's on, and then we got Safe Moon Sly. Look at this motherfucker. He's got look at this. I was always on the top.
Been having some connection issues. So did you guys talk about the selling of all the big players in the stock market dumping about $1 trillion worth of stock in the last few days? It's got to be up to probably $1.5 trillion by now. It is a fire sale. They're dumping the market like crazy. The freaking whales are dumping their bags in crypto. It has got to be time by now. Fear and greed index hitting that 5 mark, man. I mean, it's finally, I think we're finally ripping the Band-Aid off, like in the next month or so. But this war going on in Iran.
Spring. Clarity by spring.
I think it's not gonna have any negotiation. I think Trump is just gonna allow it to happen. I think it was destined to happen. You know, we're in a situation where they're selling all their bonds like crazy. You know, the only thing keeping the bond market going right now is the stable coins. That's why we got the Stable Coin Act. We didn't get the Stable Coin Act, I think the collapse would have already happened. The dollar would have shrunk so much in value. I think this was really their saving grace to, you know, first get stable coins, get some liquidity moving into the stable coins to keep the bond market going, at least prop it up until the final collapse, you know, war, you know, scare event to get everybody out. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of negative stuff, but also a lot of positive stuff. So I'm just bringing it up to people's attention that don't know, that maybe hearing my voice right now. This ain't financial advice, but I would certainly have some money on the side to buy the market when it dips really hard. And I would certainly, if you are only in crypto, such as myself, sell a little bit. That's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Sell a little bit so you've got some money on the side. Have it set up on exchange for buy and sell orders so you're prepared. Don't just be sitting and think you're going to catch this. You're probably not. It's going to be probably quick. Or it could be months. We could be down, while I'm mentioning it, we could be down for 2 months, 3 months until we get regulations while everything's collapsing. So don't be sitting on the sideline wishing the price is going to go down but not be able to buy it. You know, have those sell orders in place, ready to go. This is the time. It's not time to play around. It's time to get real serious. This is honestly, I think, one of the last opportunities we're going to have to be able to buy really cheap crypto. I think we're going to 50 cents, honestly.
Ooh-wee.
Bitcoin to like 14K, 12K. So
Hey,
get prepared.
Yeah. Amen. Hood Rich Nerdy said he sent something to you on IG.
Okay, I'll go look at it. But check this out. This is what you were saying earlier. This is from a DA. China saved Ethereum Foundation from waxing. Epstein and Bitcoin Foundation through MIT. MIT partnered with waxing. Nothing at all to see here. Literally, it's connected.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the fucking EC.
Literally fucking connected. And then you go into fucking
DAI, bro. He's
no, you go into Justin Sun, bro. You go into Justin Sun. You go into Vitalik and how these motherfuckers were in the room while Ripple was developing shit, all chilling around Stefan, because they all copied Stefan. Ethereum is a fucking copy of fucking what Stefan was trying to build with Codius. It's literally a fucking copy of that shit. So, but they couldn't do it because they didn't have the
generic
ledger.
copy. It's a generic
Copy, but they couldn't do it because they never had the ledger. Even till this day, Ethereum is fucking struggling because they don't have WASM contracts, but the XRP ledger does. Dude's a how, by the way. But we have all that.
One chain or whatever.
Yeah, think of. I want people to think of XRP ledger and the whole ecosystem as similar to Avalanche. How Avalanche has an X chain, a C chain, and an A chain or whatever. Think of the XRP ledger in the same way. The XRP ledger is like the X chain. It's the main chain. It's meant to do finance. It does it for a reason. Fast, secure. It does it for a reason. It doesn't really need smart contracts in that manner. Then you have like a C chain, which is a contract chain. Think of that as a how. Zahao you still have the same R address. It's the same shit. You're still using the same consensus. Still on the XRP ledger, but now you have smart contracts. Same shit with Avalanche. Think about it like that. And then you have like a bigger chain, which is Evernote, right? That's like your cloud provider or like your hosting, for the blockchain and for your dApps. You put them all together, you have a whole damn ecosystem. You literally have everything you need to run the world. Literally, fucking everything, which is crazy. But I don't see how people don't see it.
Bag holder, we're not that far away from it, bro. XRP, dude, if BTC fucking tanks, ZERPs are gonna fucking tank too. That 50-cent price, he goes, XRP would be dead if it goes to 50 cents. What planet are you all on?
Not really, because
BTC
wouldn't ride all the way down to 50 cents. They'd be exiting into another crypto or selling it. I think it's gonna be planned out to where it's going to roll, because if you go back to 2018, BTC came into XRP when it went to 385. BTC hasn't even entered XRP when we went back to 370. So there's zero chance to me that BTC melts all the way down to 15,000 and no money comes into XRP.
So it's the adverse effect where BTC tanks, ZERPs don't go with it. It actually decouples. And all the money just fucking.
It's the decouple moment.
Yep.
Unless you think they need one more chance to buy it cheap, man. They've been buying this shit for fucking 10 years, bro. Like, come on.
So is that what all the escrow is? The people that have big Bitcoin positions, that way they don't have to buy XRP after.
Well, why would BTC and like Ethereum? We haven't had the trickle down. Like, normally we fucking rock it, and then the trickle down effect makes the altcoins take off. We haven't even had that shit yet. You know why? Because to me, the major players have been switched out. They're not doing the same shit it normally does, because I think bigger money's in there. I don't know, but that's bullish as fuck that XRP even got close to all-time highs without any trickle down. Like, that is not a bad thing. Get him, Sly.
I was going to say the ETFs are probably propping up the price a little more than last year or last time it dropped this low.
Correct.
Daniel Whitley, fire burns it down, then the horse bolts. Blood moon, March 3rd too. Who knows, bro? Clarity's not passed, though.
We got a blood moon coming. I'm staying in the fucking house on March 3rd, man. I'm tired of fucking vampires, bro. I'm staying in the house, man.
Well, usually war happens when we have a blood moon like that. It's been prophetic. If you look at the history of war, generally that spooks the parties that are involved. Let's say it like that. Be kind of politically correct here. And usually it's always set up in around a moon phase, especially a blood moon. Blood moon is very significant. It's a ritual moon. So we're witnessing all these rituals play out. I mean, all these things are lining up. I mean, go back to what you were saying about the price of Bitcoin going down really low and not going to XRP. That's been the planned demise. You know, this rotation out of the number one coin that everybody had their hope and trust in, it's always to get the retail out. They still haven't shaken all the retail out, but we got to be close. I mean, look at how long this bear market that we've been in has been. It's been, you know, almost a year we've been in a bear market. We never had a real altcoin run. We never had a decoupling from Bitcoin at all. We never went into a real altcoin season, even remotely. We had coins pump, yeah, pretty heavy like XRP, but that was just, I mean, a small pump compared to what any other real bull run that we had. It's just, it's going to happen, obviously, but I think the Band-Aid is finally getting ripped off, like I said before. That this Elon with his X payments getting ready to launch here within weeks. That's what they're saying, within weeks. We know, all of us here have been watching this channel forever, what they're probably going to launch it on and utilize. And all these partnerships coming together. We're, you know, been hearing all these projects working together. Canton, like you were saying, Pammy, you know, I've been watching Canton for the last several months and deep diving on Canton too. It's integrated. It's been integrated just like Chainlink. Chainlink and Canton are doing the, you know, the data, the privacy. You know, they've been working with the banks for a long time. They did all the test nets. They did all the Project Hamilton, Ubin. I mean, that's been working for a long time. We're just now getting Canton launched as a coin for the last year. Why is that? It's kind of like, why is XRP still at $2 when we have all this integration with all these banks? They have, what, 75 banking licenses around the world now? What other coins have banking license? Why are they even getting banking license? That's the question you really got to ask yourself. If all these regulations are coming in, why do we still need banking licenses? That's really, I'm really curious about that. Somebody get some insight on that and knows about it.
Needed. I think a catalyst is needed. You know what I mean? Whether it be a cyber attack or some horrific war, nuclear, God forbid, you know, thing. Like, who knows? But this has to be.
All you guys sound like nerdy.
This has to be emergency implemented, in my opinion. What's up, nerdy?
All you guys sound like me now.
I know, bro. I know.
I've been fucking telling y'all motherfuckers the same shit for years. It's the only way.
Motherfucker, yeah, you want a fucking medal? What do you want?
I want a fucking cookie, motherfucker. Give me a goddamn cookie.
I gotta bake them.
I want a crumble cookie.
Cookies and milk. Hold on. Get it straight.
Check this out.
Bottom line is this. Release the damn files and release them now. Release everything.
If this does not implicate Donald Trump, why wouldn't you say release everything?
They absolutely have to show us what they're all hiding.
If there's nothing to hide, release it all.
But all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
Because, you know, they should just say, listen, this is what it is. Do you want to offer your G2?
And it looks like they said no thanks.
Yeah.
So in other words, anybody can be on this list.
Well, this is my point, because I'm telling you, when I tell you people are trying to turn me into, I wasn't his girlfriend. You used to have facts before you said stuff.
But Trump is on the list 38,000 times.
Well, I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him.
He drops like 300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone, because when you're looking, there are people like Marilyn Monroe, who's dead.
Elvis.
Yeah, a lot of people, because a lot of the reasons your name can be mentioned are news articles, third-party emails, contacts. Again,
who watches
wealthy,
this shit?
famous people often cross in professional and social circles. That's not the surprising part.
Liberals.
Bro,
I could never.
It's almost as bad as Jim making us watch The Spell the other day.
Whoopi
Even the View can't even keep their shit straight. It's just hella funny because that's the most normie shit you can get. That's the most normie base level you get is the View. That's like
all Karens, but
that's the
Whoopi
general
ate
fucking
babies,
public
bro.
right there.
Nobody got time for that.
Whoopi ate them babies.
Whoopi, they're all freaking out, bro. That's what I'm saying is why I'm bringing it up, because it goes along with the same shit that we're talking about a catalyst. There's only so much shit that can be stirred up and happening all at once until something breaks, right? You can't have an Epstein thing, you can't have a financial thing, you can't have an immigration thing, you can't have a war thing, you can't have a president thing, you can't have a health thing, you can't have a tech thing, all happen at once without something popping. Something has to blow at some point in time. But it seems like we're reaching the precipice of that moment to come.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to sit here and explain to people about Epstein things and the fact that, like they were showing those old bitches talking on TV, how much time that takes up in everyday media time is the goal of the money masters. This is the key. To look this way, pay attention to the shit over here that has absolutely nothing to do with your everyday life. Nothing. And none of us in this fucking boardroom know if any of this shit's even true. We don't even know if the fuck Epstein even exists. This is so much fucking propaganda that it's in the way they can use it now as a tool to manipulate anything, like they are with crypto. We're going to add Epstein to it. All right, so look, Epstein is added to this list of this Bitcoin shit. Look, guys, look, and XRP. Let's do XRP, and it's a way to discredit everything they can. All you gotta do is add Epstein to it, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not investing in something Epstein touched.
Well, do you even know it's Epstein? None of us know this is real. Everything we've heard is from the television. That's it. No one, I guarantee you, nobody in this fucking place, or you can lie, but none of us have firsthand knowledge of any of this Epstein shit. None of it. None.
Yeah, I don't even absorb myself in it. I don't give a fuck, to be frank. I don't care.
The money masters don't
care,
like,
bro.
They don't want you're the reason. They don't want you. They want the suckers that will listen to it and believe it word for word, and then argue with you that they can't believe that you don't believe it. I mean, the idiot box is telling me this, and I can't believe you don't believe it. I
don't even watch TV. I don't
don't
own
either.
TV in my shit. I don't. But real quick before I get off here, right? I just found a list of some of the super validators for the Canton Network because I was having a brain fart earlier. I'm just going to name a couple of them here. I'm going to start with the NASDAQ. They're a super validator. And super validator means that you have to do business on the Canton Network in order to be a super validator, because you have to bring value to the network. So you can't just be on a super validator like you have some people that's on the council, but they're not even bringing money to the fucking network. So that's what the super validators are. You have validators of Canton Network, then you have the super validators. All right. So the first one I'm gonna start with is the NASDAQ. That's humongous. Then you have Bitwave. You have Broadridge, which is humongous. The Canton Foundation, Chainlink, Circle, Coinmetrics, Cumberland, Digital Asset, Hypernative, Layer Zero, Ledger, like y'all, most of y'all Cold Wallet, Ledger, Obsidian Systems, QuantStat, SBI, another huge one, Taurus, and there's more, but I just wanted to stop. I'll stop there. But that's just a glimpse into the type of partnerships that are behind the Canton Network. But I gotta get ready to go to bed. I gotta start driving in the morning. I just wanted to hop on. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the show once I wake up. Y'all help me get down the road. Love to all y'all. Stay up. I'll holler at you when I smile at you.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
See you, Pammy.
All right,
Good to
peace,
see you,
Father
buddy.
Allen. Good to be seen.
Beautiful. Nova's bullish for that shit too. Nova's on deck with the Canton Network and everything too. So shout out to you, Nova. There you go. Yep. But yep. We got Safe Moon Sly and Miles. Are you two getting along or what? How's it going?
Why not?
I love Sly. I got no problem with Sly. It's counterpoint, man.
It's Slee.
Oh, damn.
It's
Sorry,
Slee.
Slee. Like Flea from the Chili Peppers.
I was hoping for some more snow so I could go out in my sleigh. So I'd be sleigh alone.
There you go.
I was gonna say in regards to the whole Epstein deal, where everybody's on the fence, like as far as if it's reality based or not. The biggest thing that I see that points to a reality of some kind that's constructed is the fact that Epstein was hired by Bill Barr's dad, who ran the all-girls school back in the 70s. So they started him back then at an all-girls school where he could get passed on the grooming that David Rockefeller was doing, and for all the old guys, they had to move it. I'll say from the old hats to the new hats, and Bill Barr, who was hired under Trump's previous administration, being in the position he was in, he was also over all the federal prisons. So it was really easy to make cameras turn off and everything like that in the prison that Epstein was in to fake a suicide, so-called. I don't know if anybody was aware of any of that. So it's all part of the constructed reality that we see. Like how much of it, I mean, obviously there's some kind of testimonies from women that got, done really, really wrong. Could they be actors? Sure. I mean, we all know what COVID was all about, and there was a lot of fakery and buffoonery in that. So why not? But again, like I said a couple streams ago, it's turning into like a form of idolatry. Epstein everywhere, like no matter what, all online. So, and then before I forget, Marcus, I'm gonna put some videos in the private chat. I'll put the links in the chat too, but it was in regards to your question about like the Bible versions, and I found one for you right after that, where this guy who's like really good with better than me with the King James, he does something called biblical numerics, which is similar to gematria, but not quite. And he did this really interesting thing with Grok, and I just will let you watch it because it's like an hour long, and the chat can watch it, and you guys can say whatever you feel next time, and check it out. So in this, if this clip is distracting, I'll change it. That's just something I shot like a couple years ago when I got a new piece of camera gear. It's like for shooting like display items, like if you want to do like jewelry and stuff like that. And then it's got some VFX on it. After that, I put some music to it too, but I didn't figure that would be worth putting up on there. So
there you go, bro.
Really cool.
Is that a 1611 Slee?
Is it a 1611 or a 17? What?
I don't know. I got a 1611. The cover looks a lot like that.
Yeah, I think it's more of a. I have three different 1611s. I've got one that's waterproof, and it's the same as the inside of that. And then I got one of those big giant. When a robber gets into your house, you literally pull it out, and it's like the word of God, concussion level size. Like you don't want to drop it on somebody's head.
In case you want to be a Bible beater, you got the right size book.
They say Bible thumper. You're getting thumped for sure. But yeah, and other than that, it's exciting and scary times we live in. So sometimes we gotta reflect back, regardless of what we all believe. Like sometimes we gotta pull back from the crypto and still realize that no matter what, at the end of the day, there's what our hopes and dreams, and there's reality. Let's just hope reality is really good on this side.
I don't know if it ties into what you were talking about, Slee, but I saw a documentary quite a while back about, it was an organization, and it was tied into, they would groom these women for wives for the elites, and like Melania was one of them. There's a whole organizational setup apparently to kind of make sure the right people marry the right, like the power structure thing.
The bloodlines you're talking about. Yeah, this is tying into what you were saying earlier. I mean, God said in the end times that all of the evil will be exposed. This has been an acceleration of that in the last few years. We're getting all those downloads because God said it was going to happen. I mean, I know some people don't believe, you know, what some of us believe here. I'm just telling you the facts. The facts are the facts. It's written in the Bible 2,000 years ago. This is what we're witnessing. Unfortunately, you know, it's getting diluted and it's being pushed in the side, and, you know, they're hiding things still, but it's all coming out. You can't hide it anymore. There's too much people that are smart and can dig into all this information and leak it. So it's good. It's good for many reasons, because people can start to see how evil the world really is, and the players that are really involved in the world that are manipulating all of us. And people can make a choice now with some education, you know, if they choose to. Before, we didn't have this knowledge. We weren't able to make a really good decision because we didn't know what was really going on in the background. You know, people, they're dumbing us down. With whether you believe it or not, they're dumbing us down. They're dumbing us down with TV, with social media, and everything else.
60% of Americans cannot read. They are illiterate.
60?
Fluoride. There's a lawsuit in California about fluoride being a neurotoxin that lowers IQ points in kids. I mean, they've been dumbing us down a long time in a lot of ways.
There's a student that sued her school, her grade school, because she graduated without knowing how to read.
And see, I think I think that
they all get Chromebooks. They all get Chromebooks, and the Chromebook does the text to voice for them, and then that's how they write sentences, and they use their phone, their Google image, like their Google camera thing, to scan the page of a book, and the book reads it out to them. I was watching.
That's ridiculous.
It's all good. I'm sure AI would not fool with our communications in any way if we all had to rely on voice to text.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
Nerd,
going to say.
check your DM.
I was going to say to what Navi was saying in Daniel 12:4. It says, "But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So that's not necessarily a good thing. You know what I mean? In that more of an end time scenario, because it says many shall run to and fro. They'll be going back and forth. And what I was thinking about when Nerdy was talking about the percentage of people that cannot read, I mean, people have been trained with emojis, and that's all fine and fun, like for a lot of our generation. But for the next generation, it's like a modern form of hieroglyphics.
Exactly.
How long before people are speaking in emoji?
Yeah, if you think about that. Think about how far back that symbol goes for the power button, the 0 and the 1 for your power switch. I started noticing, like, damn, that's a good symbol. And then it's like there's all kinds of them coming out. And you think about symbols, talk about your coins. Think about all the symbols of all these crypto coins, dude. They're all memorable icons.
Exactly. It's idiocracy. That's exactly what it is. It's the dumbing down. And there's another part, Jim, when they're talking about how the interviewer asked the dude. Ask the student or the child or whatever, how do you get context from what you're reading? How do you know what it is what you're reading? And how they do it is that they match something to something. Meaning, if they say, if they're basically copy and paste, and they're just playing match games like you would with the block. So if they read a word before and they heard a meaning of it before through another sentence or another meaning, they take that same meaning of that word and they apply it to what they're reading now, and then match it. It's like, oh, that looks familiar, so it must mean this. But they don't know what the fuck they're reading. They have no context of what the hell they're reading. They're just basically matching shit.
Anybody remember the movie Rollerball?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what they did. They converted all the books to the computer. Then if you want to look something up, the books went missing. Oh, can't access that file. It's going to be kind of like that, I think. It's like, oh, now everything's digital. Oh, we lost that. We lost that 100 years or whatever.
Yeah, look at just the history that they wiped out. I mean, Tartaria and history before that. Like, you go all the way back to Adam and Eve up to Tartaria. Where is that history? Where's that documentation? Where's those civilization that existed and got wiped out? We don't even have that information anymore. It's
you got to read cuneiform. You can get some old stuff if you can read the old triangles.
It's about 100 every 100 years. We generally have a reset. Definitely at 1,000 years we have a reset, and typically all the history that has ever been, that everybody wrote down or whatever, has been gathered up and destroyed. Buildings destroyed, technology destroyed. It's crazy. But now I'm bringing it up because we're starting to get this information back. They're starting to find ancient texts around the world that they're finding with LiDAR and other technology. Thank God we actually have people doing that and getting this information back. It's going back to what I was saying. God's going to reveal all the evil that's been in the world and how corrupt mankind has been to dumb down society and take away all this technology that God allowed us to have, because, you know, God can use technology for his good, but, you know, the enemy of this world, the ruler of this world, can use it for his good, so to speak. So, I mean, we're really getting a lot of information that we never had before. And I think it's to arm us as believers to be prepared and not get defeated by the enemy so much. Because, I mean, for a long time, I think he had a much better advantage because the technology was gone. We didn't understand what kind of power we really had. We really are starting to understand the power that we have as believers.
Have you guys
and that's
seen
powerful.
Sorry about. Have you guys seen
It's okay.
the new video, a video that's out about they're kind of figured out how they got all of the rocks and limestone over to the pyramids by water, by using the Nile? It's like, once you look at it, it's so simple. A lot of it I think was ground up stone, and they mortarized it on site. It's really, I'm gonna see if
I heard that theory where they just kind of poured them because the consistency of it has stuff in it that shouldn't be in solid granite. It's like, how did they? Yeah, they epoxied the stone and poured it somehow. I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah. Instead of Nephilim dragging them for 500 miles.
Well, that would explain a lot, except how they got that technology. I mean, just shifts the question.
Well, I mean, if you do look at, oh man, I'm trying to think of what other country it was in the Middle East, like how they have like the really like sharp lines in between the stones. I mean, stonemasonry started, you know, quite a long time ago. I think it goes back to the beginning of the history of man. But at the same time, you know, imagine how productive you could be without internet, cars, you could do a lot of really precise stuff if that's all you got to do, and you're doing it for a you know, not as a slave perhaps, but some kind of ruler who's
if you go into an apprenticeship when you're 8 years old and you do it for 50 years, you're going to be good at it.
Yeah, you'd be excellent. Let me see if I can.
Well, they got too far advanced too fast when the Teteria reign was happening. They were tapping into all kinds of energy, crystals, and in the earth energy, and, you know, tapping into the atmosphere. And they literally melted their cities down. They basically created a energy weapon and we have evidence of this. That's why the buildings that they are finding, you can see evidence of the building melted. The whole thing is melted. That doesn't happen unless there's a fireball around the entire earth that melts everything, because it's not just one temple that's been melted down. It's almost every single one that they've been finding recently in the last 10 years has been melted down, because they tapped into this energy. They got way too advanced. They didn't really know what they were doing. They were tapping into technology that was not of God. It was, you know, of the enemy, the world leader. And they literally destroyed themselves because they, in my opinion, they walked away from God. They got too haughty and too proud of what they were doing and what they were accomplishing in their own way. And they literally destroyed themselves. You know, just like I said, every 1,000 years there's a reset. There's a reset for a reason. God wakes people up and says, hey, this has got to stop. You guys are walking too far away from me. You're not following what I set up and the path that I set. So time to wipe out humanity, not complete humanity. Always leave survivors around to tell the story and, you know, get them to come back to God, the true believers. You know, most of, you know, look at Sodom and Gomorrah. Only a few people survived.
That's what I was going to say. And that was just for a particular kind of wickedness.
Quincy with the $1.11 bomb. He's a true believer.
Correct.
Thank you, Quincy.
Nice segue, bro.
Hit that donation button.
Hit the like, 160 in here. Let's go.
Calling you Segway Steve over here.
Hey.
Hey.
John 3-3, Book of Eli, a new classic. Yep.
What excites
me
me
is
most?
awesome. Awesome movie.
A lot of emphasis is not on cannibalism and how spread it is with the whole like Canaanite bloodline and all that. It's not, people aren't even like, much less like the whole rape, child trafficking. They're not even ready to even talk about remote cannibalism. And I think that's a mandatory thing with these Satanists. Everybody eats babies. You have to be like, it's crazy, bro.
McDonald's.
Yeah, right. It's not just McDonald's. It's all of them.
Somebody was talking about that. They
Every
said,
single one of them. Yeah.
They said, forget the Epstein list. I'm ready to see. They said something, and it was like some truther page. I'm ready to see this. I forget what it was. And then when they find out about what McDonald's is doing, who McDonald's is eating or something, it was almost like, I'm like, are you saying that there's people in the food at McDonald's, or like the people high up at McDonald's are eating people because their food sucks? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
How many burgers? Hold on. Here's the reality. How many burgers are sold an entire year? How many cows are in the world? Okay. And just take a percentage of the beef that's on the label, supposedly.
They said they would need like 1 million
and
cows
add it
a
up.
day to supply
Add it up.
McDonald's.
Well, I watched, I think it's called Food Inc., where they showed the, like, when McDonald's started up until now, and like all of the beef supply, I guess, when did McDonald's start? Like the 50s or 60s, I think 50s.
I think 50s, yeah.
Yeah, like they're responsible because of McDonald's. That's why the world, but specifically America, has this gigantic beef supply. So, but I'm cool with the speculation that it's not 100% beef. I knew somebody who went around and worked for like a food inspection company, and what they told me about, like, when they had to go in and try stuff, and I was like, okay, well, what's going on with Taco Bell? And they're like, it's all the meat at Taco Bell is only 80%, and the rest is filler. I was like, what's that mean? She's like, whatever it is, water, sawdust. I was like, I think there's probably fingernails at least.
Of course.
Onion flavor.
What is it? 5 years ago, they lifted the ban on horse in America to be able to be sold as a food.
Have you guys ever thought about that with horse? I'm not saying I would try it, but the Mongolians, that was their diet, and they conquered a lot of stuff eating nothing but horse.
It's a lot
Mostly
of meat.
Horse. It is.
It's a lean meat too.
I'm okay with horse.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to eat rat or any kind of crazy other kind of meat or any,
Horse is pretty much
kind of
grass,
people.
right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. This how the elite are doing some crazy stuff in the background, and we're starting to find out about it. I'm really excited that the exposure's happening, because I want to see people wake up. I want to see people understand what's going on. I want them to come back to faith. We got huge movements of revivals happening all over the world right now. And this has been prophesied for 2,000 years as well. That's what I'm most excited about. I want people to learn how to love again, how to treat people right, how to become better at sharing your gifts and skills. And just doesn't necessarily have to be, you got to be a good person, but learn something. Don't be naive and think you can figure it all out yourself. You can't. It takes a team. That's why I'm also excited about this group of a good collective mind. I think God brought us together for a reason, so we can share and teach each other, because we're doing it here. We're sharing our skills. Most people don't even realize it. You're sharing your gifts and skills by being a part of this community. And we all have them. We all have our little niches. We all have our little gifts that we have. And I love hearing when people actually get bullish and share what they know and step over each other. I'm sorry, I do it sometimes. I'll admit it. I hate when I do it, but I do it. I get excited and I want to share something that's on my mind and, teach people what I know. And sometimes I go on a rant. I do it a lot, actually. Sorry, guys. I'll apologize. I'm trying to get more focused lately.
Already.
Hey, Crypto Hood Rich, damn, I wanted to share this news with y'all. Do me a favor, Crypto Hood Rich, hit the link real quick. I won't put you on screen, but hit the link, and then there's a little private chat, and you can share the link to the private chat real quick. So hit the link, share the link, and then I'll kick you off, and I won't put you on screen. There you go. That's a solution.
Oh, you can't share the link in the main chat?
Or hit up Buster on his Twitter. So try to do that.
also another thing, not to counter what you're saying, Navi.
The main chat is usually what do you call it, aggregated on StreamYard. So if you don't have YouTube open, you can't click it. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. I was just going to mention Matthew 24 verses 11 through 13. It says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So while there may be some people that start coming to the Lord, or I guess you want to say rededicating, for me personally, from reading verses like that and many others, until the Lord actually returns and we have, like, let's say we have the millennial reign, I think it's going to get worse and worse. Then the millennial reign, when Satan's bound for 1,000 years, and then when he's loose for a little season, then it's going to be really, really bad. Before God just says, all right, that's it. Cast Satan and all the fallen angels and everybody that was hellbound into the lake of fire, and game over. And that's
yeah.
Ooh-wee.
It's our little playground, little test net here before the rapture happens. I see, like I said, the revival happening in a slow pace, but it's going to accelerate. We're just waiting for this catalyst event that we know is all coming. I think most of us can feel it in our body. Our hair's standing up on the back of our neck. We know something's here right around the cusp. And I think we're really close to that happening. I mean, I hope so. It's been forever. I mean, this has been a slow, painful drag out for most of us in the crypto market. And we went back to talk. I want to go back to what you guys were talking about them locking up wallets and not being able to cash out your crypto. I really honestly don't believe that. God's really in control of all the money, whether you believe that or not. So he's always going to make a way for his people to have a way to help others. I mean, that's why a lot of us are here, because we all have good hearts. We've been put in this place for a reason, because we are going to share our wealth and help others that are going to be suffering. But we're always going to have a way. And if let's say he does lock down and we can't get our money out, there's always going to be a friend that that isn't a believer, that doesn't believe what you believe. Use that person to cash it out. There's always going to be a way. So don't lose hope of that. Don't get caught up in that fear. Fear is a divider. That's why we have so many problems in this world, because they use fear to divide us. So I just want to encourage you that God's always going to make a way if you trust in him and you put your faith in him. He's always going to make a way.
I do agree. I was thinking about, like, you ever seen, like, when, I don't know, maybe in the last 10 years, when all these, like, high level bankers, these executives, suddenly they either, whether it was mistakes made or something like that, and the next thing you know, they're jumping from like a 50-story building or however. So just imagine the effect that's going to have, because money is very, very powerful. Because we know the Bible says the love of money, not money, but the love of money is the root of all evil. And some people just won't be able to hack it. So even just, the quote unquote black swan event, that's going to eliminate a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people, because it's not just going to be about like people offing themselves. I mean, if let's say a black swan event does happen, and you guys tell me how long you think it's going to be, but let's just say it goes on for a month. Sean? You got healthcare you got to deal with, food, who knows if people will be working, different things like that. So there's going to be a lot of factors. So you definitely will have to kind of check on your neighbor and your loved ones, but you'll still have to be very cautious at the same time. And then when What's up, DJ Jazzy XRP?
I just had to chime in real quick and say what's up to everybody. I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
What up, Shanti?
Yo, I'm enjoying this. Berserker, what's up, man? Alan, what's up? Uncle Buster.
What's up, buddy?
What's up to the rest of the crew? Been doing all right, man. Been living life. I will be at XRP Las Vegas.
Nice.
Oh shit, Shanti's coming to Vegas. Let's go.
Damn.
Yeah. That's why I was asking about a moon party 3 months ago.
Bro, gone are the days of the moon parties, though. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
It's a whole new class doing them moon parties now. You know?
Yeah.
Or the meetups. They call them meetups or whatever. You know?
Yeah. But I just wanted to say what's up to everybody. I know I gotta get up early, so I'm about to go to bed. But I just wanted to say what's up. I've been tuning in. Boardroom, coffee time. It's all good.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna hit you up, Sean. I got my Wi-Fi calling working after like 6 months of figuring this stuff out.
Okay, yeah.
Gonna be able to get in touch with a few of you guys. I know none of y'all really want to do WhatsApp, and whatever reason, I don't blame you. I don't like using anything I'm not familiar with, so I'm gonna hit a lot of y'all up. I'm ready to go back to streaming a couple days a week.
Oh, and
I miss the crew, man.
I do too, man, and I like the spiritual talk tonight, so that's why I chimed in.
I'll be more focused on that. I really centered my life back to God, and I stopped looking at my problems and my, past regrets, and I've just turned a whole new chapter. A lot of you guys know I got a beautiful woman in my life now, so that's part of it. So it does help to have a support team,
Hey, Alan, me and you both.
Good, Sean. Good, Sean. Oh, we got to catch up, buddy. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll call you, man. I'll call you.
All right, man.
Call you in the morning.
Yeah, you guys be good.
Take care.
All right, brother.
See you, Sean.
All right. Peace.
I love seeing all the OGs on here. Berserker and Buster been doing this for a long time now, and Nerdy's been on here forever too, and it's just great to see the OGs still sticking with it, still plugging away, and still teaching the community. It's so great, man. It's so great to have platforms like this to have an outlet and, gets us through really hard times. I know a lot of us have been through some major struggles. If you've been here as long as we have, these OGs that I just mentioned right here, it ain't easy. I mean, I've literally wanted to give up like twice this year and just sell all my crypto and just walk away for a while. It gets stressful. I'm serious. Yeah, man. I had to give up a lot of money. So it's tough. It's tough. You get life challenges and, pushes you to the point of breaking. But the moral of the story is I persevered. I trust God that he's going to, restore what I lost and, bring me to the next level. The next level is understanding and being able to get through the pain and suffering and how to have a way to connect back with them, because I kind of lost that. I got caught up in my situation and I just kind of went dark for a little while. Didn't really communicate with anybody, and I just kind of really focused on healing. That's really what I did this past year. So encourage anybody that's going through it, man. Just keep plugging away. Just connect with communities like this. This is a great sport team. Just we all have issues and we all kind of share them sometimes and teach other people how to get through it. So
it was a very difficult situation.
Yeah, and look at Buster and Berserker. They just lean back like old school executives. Can I see you in my office? You're fired.
OSW, my YouTube wasn't working when I hopped on here.
Yep.
I could get through it through my channel, but I couldn't. My homepage on YouTube wasn't working.
That's how mine was too. There's an outage. Even if you're signed in or not, I tested it on a computer, signed in, signed out, phone, looked it up online, and they had problems on the 12th was the last day. So, but yeah, You see, it says AWS Cloudflare in the middle of all that, and that's a big, like, ball and chain for all of that Silicon Valley products that were mentioned there. It's a nightmare. They need to get off of that.
Wasn't that long ago Amazon caused the other outage, was it? Was it a couple months?
Yeah.
Shout out to Hoodrich. Here's some cool shit right here.
I saw the.
Yeah, this is the new motherfucker. This is not a guy in a suit. This is Neo, a new humanoid robot for your home, and it's essentially like NVIDIA tech, I think. So, but check this out. Watch, boop, and boop, and boop. See that?
XRP
in the threads, the circuitry. Isn't that nutty? Watch, I'll go back to the symbolism. Why it'll play through
the blockchain, fucking honeycomb.
So has anybody done any research on X and what potential platforms, any leaks, any data on integrations or the multi-chain integration with X? I mean, I would know we can all speculate, but does anybody have any hard evidence or data?
There's another one right there. The motherfucking speaker with the fucking XRP logo right here. But that XRP logo has a slit going vertical on the X, unless you look at it sideways. But look at that fucking right in the middle of the speaker.
Damn.
Like, that's a motherfucking speaker with the XRP logo in the center, bro. That's nuts. Yeah, Hoodrich, this is nutty, dude.
Did you guys see the new Chinese Kung Fu Robots video? It's so, if that's either the AI or Unreal Engine, it's so good. I mean, I can't even tell if it's legit or not. I just posted it in the private chat.
Shout out to you, Hoodrich. Total credit for this. This is crazy, bro. The symbolism, there it is again, right there. It's nutty, dude. And then we'll go to the last one. I'm not sure if there's any kind of other ones in the fifth one.
Robot ninjas.
He handed Elon the latest chip on TV. So they've been in bed together for a long time, I believe.
Well, here's right. So here's some like I think AI breakdown of NVIDIA and ZRPs. Right here. The connection between XRP and NVIDIA primarily relates to artificial intelligence infrastructure rather than direct native mining. Voltage Park, a nonprofit organization funded by Ripple and XRP co-founder Jed McCaleb, purchased approximately $500 million worth of NVIDIA H100 chips to provide computing capacity for AI projects. Key details regarding the intersection of XRP and NVIDIA. AI compute infrastructure. Voltage Park aims to be a major provider of AI computing solutions by leveraging 24,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. Purpose: the initiative focuses on leasing high-performance computing to AI businesses, aiming to make AI technology more accessible. Analyst comparisons: some analysts have compared the growth trajectory of XRP to that of NVIDIA, which literally NVIDIA has the highest market cap of any company in the world nowadays. Compared to the growth of noting that both represent significant yet different technological advances in AI and digital payments. But bro, that's some of the strongest fucking symbolism I've seen in a long time, bro. That's crazy. That reminds me of like the want to see a ripple. Like the last symbolism I saw that was similar to that was that F1 movie with Brad Pitt, and they had the sideways XRP on their jerseys. But that was, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that. And this one's really blatant. Like this is straight up XRP in the middle of this. This is straight up right side exact XRP logo. Like that's crazy. Wow.
I saw
good shit, Hudrich.
Good share.
I saw something related to NVIDIA the other day. Was it is Jensen Huang? Is that how you say his name? From the CEO of NVIDIA, back when they first started and they were struggling, the video game company Sega invested in them early on. Then they sold early, but if they would have held on to it until today, it would have been worth trillions with a T.
Bro, I just read that the fucking creator of the Sega Master System died.
Yep.
At 77.
Yeah.
age 77.
He created the master system, and there was one other before that. Some really funky looking, like it looked like a big long brick. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I was like, the last couple months, it's not like it's a big deal, right? But I've seen a lot of video game like OGs are dying, like all the Japanese guys. They're all starting to die. Some in their 50s, some in their 70s.
Yeah.
But
what's his face? Duvall, he died, but he was like 95.
Robert Duvall,
hella
yeah.
old. Yeah.
I know,
He
it's
was
like when
hella old, yeah.
like when Betty White died and she was like almost 100, and everybody's like, so sad. I'm like, you think so?
what?
I'm like,
Yeah,
so
that's
sad that she
normal.
lived that long, or
Yeah, you beat
that
the fucking. Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry, the Golden Girls had to come to an end sometime, guys.
Yeah, you beat. We got Hood Rich on right now. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
What up, fellas? What
Good shout out on that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I had to get that out there to y'all, man. Had to.
Yeah, that was good. That was crazy. Look, it's on the speakers, wires. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not blasted all over X yet. I'm like, whoa, am I tripping out right now?
I am too, based on that. That's crazy.
Share it on there.
And who?
Yeah.
Because of you, we're the first motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. I just seen it like a few hours ago myself. I was like, whoa, I had to take a double look at it.
And who made the speakers? What company was it? Do you know? Or
Neo. What is that from? Is that actually
Neo.
NVIDIA?
I think so.
The robot's name is Neo, but is it
Oh, I
NVIDIA? Yeah.
1X Technologies? I'm not sure.
Where'd you find it at? Where was your source?
Was it that X link that's in the private chat?
No, it was on Instagram. It was an Instagram post that popped up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll come up. I see the videos like that on these XRP. Some of them on the XRP Instagram pages are ridiculous sometimes, but I know that one will come up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's moving quick. It's moving quick.
Ooh-wee. Let's go, dude. Let's go. But yeah, I would say maybe a couple months before something happens. Either we have some sort of mini moon or something where we have a Black Swan catalyst, a cyber attack, or like we got a couple months, bro. This is like pressure cooker about to explode right now.
I just want to say something real quick.
Run it.
Kendra Hill is fucking retarded. That's all.
Isn't that the old
Who's that?
Riddler account, or is that also commandeered like the?
This bitch is
Ooh.
so fucking dumb. It's crazy. It's fucking wild.
Kendra
Sound a
Hill was
little
that
heated
old-ass
about that.
Kendra Hill, that was an old ass XRP Riddler like letter, right? Kendra Hill letter.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. That bitch is dumb as fuck.
What is she saying? Why are you saying that?
She's like, oh, everything costs fees. Duh, bitch. Who the fuck? Like you're telling people who build shit to make shit.
Oh,
for
they're
free?
talking about Zaman. It's that
Come on,
Zaman
Zaman.
shit
Like, bro,
talk.
go
Yeah.
build your own shit. Like people don't understand that Zaman is a single sign-on authenticator. It's no different from Google or Apple authentication.
Well, I think
other
it's because
fucking
we're sport.
application in the world is like that. Zaman
we
runs
had-
their own infrastructure.
Yeah,
People
Zaman
don't understand that shit.
years before they started monetizing.
People are fucking retarded. They got the stupidest fucking people on the app spewing bullshit, but they don't understand how anything fucking works. It's wild as fuck.
Ooh-wee.
Business as usual.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Ooh-wee.
we definitely might have some war situation in 2 weeks. I think it's going to be less than that, honestly. I like that Polymart scam that they had where that guy in Israel, y'all heard about that, right? The guy that made a ton of money on betting when the war was going to start or any type of conflict, was making all kinds of insider trades, and he got busted in Israel and they banned his account, and he's probably going to prison. Good. All these insiders getting all this information and screwing us over in the meantime, I think they should go to jail. I think it should be an open playing field, fair markets, dark pools, all this money in the background. They're shifting money around without us affecting the market. I think all that should be gone. I think regulation should bring in a fair market for everybody. If you're going to move money around, we don't have to know who you are or what you're doing, but it should all be on the open market. If that's going to be the future of money, it all should be working on one system where it's transparent for everybody. But obviously, they're probably never going to do that. But I mean, let's bring in something that will stabilize things. You know, you can't have dark pools. You can't have money moving in the background and make it a level playing field. How's it a level playing field when you got Aladdin, the most evilest company in the world, doing all the trading and getting out their competition? How is it that only one company with the best spots can dominate everything? That's just ridiculous. How is that ever going to be a level playing field? I really don't think it'll ever be a level playing field, but I think some kind of a little bit of break for us is coming. I think regulations would be a part of it, but not much, in my opinion.
Adam, Frenita, Firehorse, good or bad? I think Firehorse is good and bad. I do believe that the numerology guy, GG33, even though he's a fucking blowhard, I think he's right. He's called a lot of shit. And I think that we will have a catalyst, some sort of crash, whatever. Whether or not it goes to 50 cents, who fucking knows? Or even lower, who knows?
What are we in now?
But what I'm saying is, it's like the technical
Firehorse
definition.
right now.
Yeah, Firehorse.
What was it?
The tech. It was a snake.
The snake.
Snake.
Because I heard on a video like it was a little different. Like if you had a shitty snake year, horse will be good for you. It wasn't just one-sided. Like, you know, oh, this year's gonna be bad for everybody or good for everybody. But I was like, oh, that's interesting because I listen to GG. He
yeah.
Sort of.
I think we're gonna have a crash, but I think this is, if you look at the definition of Firehorse, you literally look at the zodiac definition. It means like courage, new beginnings, like burning through all the shit and starting out like fresh. Like that's what it means. And so I think we're gonna fucking Phoenix rise this year. So and I know I told you to fuck yourself, man. But I like how you think right now, bro. Quarter 3, quarter 4, we will see up to
Man. He
go,
can unfuck himself, is what you're saying?
You can unfuck yourself right now, man. No, I think it's good and bad. I think this year is the start of the fuckery, and it's all kinds of crazy. And I think maybe Q's right. Military's the only way, bro, because it's a shit show right now. Maybe Q is fucking right. Military's the only way. Mr. Poole premonitioned with all the videos. Remember the black and white chaos videos with like military and shit running around, and like that I think is actually going to happen. All the while we're having, I don't know. I'm not hoping for dismal doom. No, I'm hoping for fucking breakthrough. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't think we're in danger ourselves, but I think it's going to get pretty scary, pretty hairy, you know? Especially these new people waking up. They're resisting, bro. Like it's like people that don't want to wake up are getting a suppository right now. And it's crazy, you know? It's fucking crazy to see that. And you're like, dude. So, but all the while we're zerped up and we're about to see a catalyst and a Phoenix fire, horse, all kind of shit, you know? And I'm curious as to how this will all start. And then we're about to see the election fraud from fucking 5-6 years ago, which is bonkers. You think that would be old dusty news, but it's about to come out and it's about to be probably enforced. And that's how the military steps in, because these Epstein files ain't getting no fucking military off their ass. So let's get something off their ass. Like, let's go. What do you think?
I think you're right. I mean, the evidence is right on the wall. Like I mentioned earlier, look at the fire sale of all the big wigs in the stock markets dumping all their stock. You got the bill trying to get passed where any of the politicians can't own crypto or stocks, single stocks. So, and they've been offloading for months, since like August until January the 14th or something. It was trillions of dollars, trillions. And just within a period of 48 hours, they offloaded $1 trillion worth of stock. And we didn't even see the downward spiral of the stock for 2 days after that. 48 hours after they offloaded, we started seeing the prices go down. And they're still offloading. Wait till the bill passes that they can't buy stock. When's that going to happen? I'm not sure what the date is, but you know that's going to pass. Regulations is right around the corner. So now they can't supposedly own stock without using the shell company. Obviously, that's probably what they're going to do. And same with crypto. They're going to have somebody else doing it for them. But, you know, they're offloading all the big CEOs. Coinbase is selling all their shares. They sold a shit ton of shares. Coinbase offloaded the most shares that they ever have in history just within the last week. It's been insane. If you look at, like I said, from August until January 14th, and you look at all of the exchanges, how much they've been selling, go on there and look at how much all the exchanges have been selling since August up until January. That's the latest data that I saw. It's crazy. So they all know something's coming. That's why I'm saying I know we're going to crash. We're probably going to crash. My guess, not financial advice, I say we go all the way back to 50 cents because look at the chart. If you know charting, you're studying charts, you look at where, you know, the timeline is for each one of the drops and where the dark pools are. If you got dark pool data or you know someone that can get the dark pool data, you look at the buy and sell orders of the dark pools. It's all lining up. I think that's where we're going to go. Could even go lower than that. I think that is the last shakeout of retail because retail is so stressed, and I'd say 60% of retail is already out already. It'd probably be more. I'm just being conservative, you know. Get a big crash back to 50 cents and no regulation and possible, you know, government shutdown again. People are going to bail. That's why they're bailing on the stock market. They can't even put money in any asset that's guaranteed anymore. Gold and silver dumping the same time of crypto. What's safe anymore? You know, just hold what you got. Don't sell your crypto if you don't have to. It's coming. This is, in my opinion, like the last shakeout right now. We're witnessing it within months. I believe it's going to happen. I mean, give me another catalyst other than what I just told you. All the biggest companies in the world selling their stocks and selling their crypto. Give me another catalyst that would be another timeline where, like a year from now, that would happen. I don't see it.
I mean, the way I look at my debt slave life, the only way out of here is crypto. That's it. I mean, sure, if you've got enough gold and silver, sure. But this is the ticket. This is my ticket, you know, to freedom. At least whatever freedom I think I can have the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
I agree. I don't own a lot of gold and silver. I own a little bit, but my thing is, how are you going to sell it if everything's crashed down? You're going to go down to your local pawn shop and try to sell it, or your gold broker dealer when chaos is going on in the world. I guarantee you'll be able to move crypto. There's going to be a way all over the entire world. If the internet goes down, if the freaking power goes off, you're going to be able to go somewhere else and sell your crypto with ease, not be carrying piles of gold and silver around to try to offload. You'd be lucky if you don't even get robbed at going to the store to try to sell it. So that's why I never put all my money in gold and silver. I think it's a good hedge. I think everybody should own a little gold and silver just in case, especially when the market goes down in crypto. If you owned gold and silver, you would have made a lot of money this year. It'd have been a great hedge. You know, even in paper, tax gold or another silver certificate that you could swap. You know, I think that would have been a great hedge. I should have listened to my own advice when I was telling everybody to buy silver. I should have bought a lot more and just had it, and then be able to, you know, sell it off on the exchange somewhere and switch it into crypto. But honestly, I took a few thousand again off, put it in a stable coin, RLUSD. That's just what I prefer, or USDC. I'm ready for the crash. You know, I got a little bit on the sideline and buy back at lower prices. I'm taking the gamble. I think it's going to happen. I think we're also going to have a pump too. I think we're going to have a nice little pump, and, you know, the major crash is going to happen. Well, we already went back up to $1.60 this week, just skyrocketing, dipping back down, give people less confidence. Sellers are in control right now again, and they're eventually going to turn it back around and make profit again. I think it's gone back to like $1.80, and then it's going to collapse. I think that's kind of what I'm seeing right now, about $1.80. I don't think we're going to hit $2. I don't think we're going to get near there before the collapse happens. I think it's going to happen real quick. All we need is we just need to invade Iran, and market sentiment is going to tank for everything, and it's going to crash really hard. Just look at how hard it crashed with just a mention of us going to war with Iran, you know, or let's say we have a firecracker somewhere. That'll push market sentiment. You think 5's bad? It'll probably go to 1. I don't even know if that's even possible, but probably go to 1, fear and greed. So that's just what I'm seeing.
I think when it happens, it's not going to be as nonchalant as how you just described it. I think it's going to be the biggest fucking thing we've ever seen and we've ever read of. It's going to be nuts.
It's going to suck for people. It's going to be at a level. It's something for us to cope with, is that we benefit financially from this crash. The hope is that we're able to recoup everything that we're investing in. But the hope is we're going to be the ones that benefit from it. And it sucks to sometimes hope for a crash. And it's, you know, there's a lot of people going to lose a lot of stuff, man. And I'm sorry for them. But at the same time, we're going to become very wealthy, you know, and it's something to wrap your head around, because we've invested in the banking cartel's new system, 100%. This is their new system, and they're gonna kill their old system. And they're gonna string it and just bring it out as much as they can, get as much out of it, and then flip to the new system. And then anything that cyber attack happens when the new system comes up, that's what we're coming up in. We're gonna come up in the new system. You know, I've told people, I kind of use this scenario, and it's kind of like going www. You know, maybe it's going to be, you know, MMM or XXX dot, you know, who knows? Hypothetically, we all will have to mandatory log in this new way. You know, nobody can get past it. You know, assuming, you know, for your safety, security, that's going to be the golden rules there, or the golden passcode right there. But people are going to fall right into it. And they were talking about the CBDC today. Again, that's coming back up in the news again. You know, Trump's going to push that through. He's the reason why he's the puppet. You know, he's the pacifier. Most Americans, the people that have voted for Trump, now are seeing, damn, what the fuck did I do? No, you didn't do it. You were talked into it. But most everybody's talked into voting for these puppet heads, but it doesn't matter, man. We're gonna benefit from it, and we'll hopefully have the money to get out of here. Let what's gonna happen here happen, unless you're on the West Coast, and just come back when shit gets better. Me personally, because I don't.
West Coast is fine.
The West Coast is gonna be where to go. I've already got keys up here. I've already been told some shit by very connected people that I know, that the West Coast will be where you're going to want to go. You're going to get out. If you're going to stay in America, go to the West Coast and get there now while land is still semi-cheap. Not California, but everything west of California or east of California.
I would agree with you on higher ground for sure. I would definitely say go for higher ground.
Stay away from Cali. We have too many people here already. Please don't come.
It's like Florida, but
the narrative here in Cali is they want everyone to get the fuck out. So seems logical.
Please leave. Please leave. I remember when the highways used to be empty, used to be pleasant to drive.
Bro,
on.
you can smash down the freeway and get
it's a fucking chaos, bro. It's fucking accidents everywhere. Everyone's running into each other and shit. No one has insurance. It's crazy. Wild.
How close are you guys to LA?
8 hours.
We're hours. We're like 5-6 hours away.
We're born that, bro. It's like 8 hours, bro.
Are your towns getting any of the Olympics or anything? Are they going to be doing any hosting in your town of any kind of the games?
None of that shit.
No.
I don't give a fuck, dude. What happens in LA, dude? NorCal and SoCal are like fucking rivals.
Yeah.
Fucking hate SoCal.
That's the only like conservatives are in Northern California, pretty much, right?
Marcus. I love Marcus.
Yeah,
I'm in LA too. I'm in LA too.
Central California.
Oh, you're in LA too? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hood and
Me and Marcus. Yeah.
All you homies.
Fuck LA. No. It's all about NorCal.
You guys born and raised there or what?
Yep.
Born and raised.
Yeah. Okay. So they got just as much pride as we do, NorCal. So it's different. Yeah. So fuck us too. Like, who cares? But yeah, no.
No, I got love. I got love for y'all up there.
Thank you, brother. And that's the thing. SoCal, a lot of strong ass dudes come out of there. You know, there's a lot of military there.
Shout out to Tails. Tails is also in SoCal.
Yep.
Shout out.
G's in LA too.
Yeah. Shout out to G2.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, no, fuck, man. This whole crash, it's got to be big enough. So if I think about it, I understand that I've talked about for years, this is not for the people. It's not for the general population. But it's seeming like if we're going to implement all these laws and like make them like emergency, Congress gavel drop, has to happen, implement with AI, has to happen. It seems that they're going to have to really fuck up the financial, like what the normie knows as the financial, like their own financial world and our current financial system. They're going to have to fucking literally destroy it. And that will wake up everybody. And then they're going to be like, oh, crypto's the solution. And by then it's already mooned.
Too
you know
late.
What I mean? Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's going to have to be a big, big catalyst, bro. Where it's just, I'm of the school of like Nerdy and G with the whole NTT data, like, but it will, Ruth, but it will. The world will flip upside down. All the records will be erased. Like, dude, everybody's bank's gone, bro. Like shit like that. Like Blade Runner 2049 or whatever the hell that was.
Yep.
It's got to be crazy. Like if they're not going to do it silently, which they could have done this whole entire time, because the public still thinks crypto's a scam right now. They still think it's a fucking scam. What's
that Coinbase ad?
Yeah, it's like and yeah, people are catching on. Kinda, they're like, oh yeah, boo, fuck that. Yeah, they're booing the Coinbase. The sheep are booing the Coinbase ad, and it's still not big enough. And so it's like, okay, if they're going to make it big in a negative way, where they're going to rock the financial system. But here's the thing: here comes all the Judy Shelton gold-backed treasuries. Here comes all the tariffs and the gold Trump promises. Like, they got to keep the people placated. They got to pacify the people. And so, or some sort of Nassar thing happens where they remove the IRS or the, I'm not saying it's going to, but what I'm saying is they've got to keep everybody pacified to accept the integration of this new financial system, because they're going to have to be force-fed it in an emergency context. But after the hell breaks loose, then they got to smooth everything over with better economy. So I don't know. They'll miss the XRP moon, but they'll be all, it'll be in the McDonald's Happy Meals and shit, all this shit. You know what I mean?
I like that Charles Hoskins McDonald's. That was a symbol. It was a symbol to people, and the elites. Yeah. Go ahead, Buster.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the Hoskinson thing. A lot of people were like, I think I even said it. I was like, yeah, Hoskinson is just fucking coping way too much. But here's the thing, though. I still believe he was read in. In other words, remember when Trump came on board and he's like, all American cryptos, like, that immediately made ADA and whatever the fuck he's trying to do now, Knight, that immediately made ADA a fucking winner. But the weird shit is that he's just so focused on Knight, and he seems so jealous of XRP. It's almost like a show. And I'm like, dude, you probably have known that Ripple's going to take over the world, bro. You're one of the fucking founders of one of the largest cryptos in the world. Like, you don't know that Ripple's about to take over everything? Like, you do not know that? Like, the way he's acting when he does these shows and these interviews and these conferences and these fucking, the way he talks is like a jealous little boy of Ripple. And it's weird. So to me, I think it's a show, and I think ADA is written in, and it's about to be a winner too. But yeah, anything American, bro. You won't lose anything American, including Digibyte. Yeah, Arizona, bro. They're gonna do a reserve of Digibyte. That's nuts.
What about Telcoin? That's the Wyoming Mike. What the heck's his name? I that potentially could do well too. It's American based, but I didn't see it on the list. I didn't see several of the American-based cryptos that are out there that have done well, still survived multiple bear markets. And you don't hear anything about those. Are they going to go away? You know, I don't know. I just, like, even Miami Coin, you know, American-based crypto, that's all the, you know, you could pay you were able to pay a lot of your taxes, your, you know, whatever on Miami Coin. I'm sure it was probably a scam, was probably set up by some of the elites to be a freaking rug pull. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just giving you an example. There's a lot of coins that are American-based that we don't even hear about or not even mention in, you know, the adoption phase. And going back to Charles, I just think he's pissed off because he got knocked down a couple pegs, you know, of being one of the top tier cryptos. They're going to be in this multi-chain universe. You know, their integration and their scaling isn't going to be as much as they wanted to, which scaling is money. If you're not getting a transaction through your chain, you don't, you know, it's not as valuable. So I think that's really, in my opinion, what it is. He realized that he's not going to be number 4 in the world of everything, or number 7 or whatever, you know, wherever he's going to end up landing. Probably going to be in the top 10, I'm sure. You know, I'd be willing to bet money on he's going to be one of the top 10. And one other thing, and I'll shut up. Going back to how they're going to put everything quickly onto the blockchain for everybody. Elon already's got Starlink. He already has everything set up for every single phone in the entire world to be able to use that technology. Even if we have a freaking complete collapse of cyber event, whatever, you'll still be able to connect to a Starlink satellite to do transactions.
No,
he ain't putting this payment every.
That's not how it
What's
works.
that?
That's not.
If you got internet, how can you not connect to your crypto wallet if you have internet?
Starlink gets the internet from landlines. If landlines go down, so does Starlink.
The undersea cables. Is that what you're saying?
They were talking about offline payments.
Yeah, Pop. So
if you're
okay, I didn't know that, Nerdy. So you're saying if
he ain't. I think he's misunderstood. If you're on a system that does, if you're on a Starlink and I'm on a Starlink system, we can still communicate. But if you're trying to go from Starlink to a landline system, like a Bright House or somebody, your connection may not be able to work unless one of your cable systems or your internet services are using one of Starlink's systems to transmit when its system's down. Would be like a backup for money, for any sort of like business or corporate, you know, industrial type shit.
Starlink works just like any other internet provider works. They just have like this, you know, HughesNet-esque type service, but it's literally still runs on landlines. Everything runs on landlines. If the landlines go down, we hit with the EMP attack, literally everything goes down. There is no transaction of anything. Nothing works at that point.
Yeah, most of this technology has been hardened. All these servers have been hardened for probably the past 10 years. They're all EMP proof. They're all, you know, hardened for any type of EMF, everything. So I just don't see it going down. What I mentioned is if the internet and the power goes off, if you have a cell phone that's connected to Starlink and it's hardened, you're going to be able to do a transaction. So if every single cell phone, which a lot of people have them, they're going to be giving them out in the future when this system is rolled out so people can integrate and be a part of the financial system. I just see that's the way that it's going to go. I don't see any other technology that would be able to handle power outages in multiple countries all over the world when the world war happens. I don't, give me another example how they can actually keep the quantum financial system and the, you know, digital payments and crypto going without Starlink redundancy. I just don't see it.
You hit so many of my trigger words, I'm not even going to respond.
You're triggering, Nerdy.
Get a little hard on yourself, Nerdy. You get too you get too emotional sometimes.
It's not emotion. It's just that's not how anything works. But I'm not going to say anything. You're right.
Okay, I don't know everything. I don't. I only know what I know, and I like people telling me that I'm wrong. Tell me. That's the only way I learn. I got no problem with that. I'm thick-skinned. Tell us how it works, nerdy.
If the internet goes down, there is no Starlink. It doesn't. That's just plain and simple. The only reason why you have the Starlink thing with T-Mobile is because that's on a cellular network. The only actual satellite communication that exists, I think, is like ATL or ALT or some shit like that, and they actually have satellite communication and streaming. Starlink does not have that.
I love it. These guys are talking about if the grid goes down and still hold gold and silver and like bartering with ammo. And no, it's not prolonged. It's literally over fucking night. Phoenix rises. The solution is there. Everybody will have wealth upon abundance, but we will have this weird, crazy Skynet digital system that's not quite Skynet yet. And then when all the biblical prophecy comes true, and then like the fucking Antichrist and all that happens later or whenever it happens, that's when it turns into Skynet. But it's being installed right now. Excuse me.
Correct.
That's what I think. And so we're going to be abundant and fantastic in the beginning and rich as fuck. Rich as duck.
For a few years, I think.
Yeah. So
we'll be able to enjoy that money for a few years at least anyway.
Yep.
Start accumulating all that you can for survival, in my opinion.
We got a YouTube video in the private chat. Sly, you got? Is this appropriate?
You're muted, Sly.
That was a half hour ago.
Oh.
Sorry.
I think he was showing.
Sorry, I was away from the keyboard. That one. That's the Chinese Kung Fu robots.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Oh, I saw a clip of that. That was
Yeah,
nice.
that I don't think anybody will turn into a robot if they watch it, or Chinese.
Let's see if we do.
Cool.
We're cooked. Oh my god. Fatality.
Mm-hmm.
All I gotta say is those kids suck, man, compared to those. robots.
All right, you guys asked for it.
Propaganda.
Tech time. Tech talk time. You guys
There's
ready?
only gonna be 3 XRP in the
Chinese AI. I agree.
It was Navi. Navi made it happen. So here we go.
Yeah,
So
well,
how this shit works.
Donovan needs to jump on here and state his claim why Starlink works independently from cell phone towers and copper cables, so they don't need no landline. Come on, jump on here and share it.
Who's talking shit in the chat? Which one?
He wasn't talking shit. He was just saying Donovan Beamer 8248.
Bremer right here. Starlink works
Yeah.
independently from cell towers and copper cables. Therefore, it no need no landline to work. Nerdy is wrong.
That's not how it works, stupid.
You're about to get smacked down, Bremer.
That's not how it works, stupid. I think the connection gets up there in space. So
Sauce it, nerdy.
it has
Sauce
to
it,
come
bro.
from down to go up. There's no fucking ISP provider in space, stupid. It's not how it works. The fuck told you that?
Will it be uplink become?
I'll be back.
That's not how it works. All right, check this out. You guys drive me crazy. Hold on.
Like the information comes from the Earth side, right? There's no information generated up there.
Literally, we live in the age of information. You can go watch anything on fucking YouTube and figure this shit out yourself. All right.
Let's talk about how satellite communications work. The concept is to create a channel between a source and a recipient. These points are called Earth stations or ground stations.
Earth stations.
The source will transmit a signal that the satellite will rebroadcast back to Earth.
Starlink.
For the recipient to receive that signal. Some applications only use a one-way path where a single source will send to one or more recipients. This technique can be used for broadcast and multicast communication.
Usenet. One-way
An example
communication.
is satellite television, where the TV station will send a TV channel over the satellite with multiple subscribers receiving it. Also, there are some applications that use two-way communication, where both Earth stations transmit a signal to each other on a point-to-point communication. Network data is a great example, where both Earth stations transfer information to each other, creating a connection.
Does that make sense? You guys get it now?
Yes.
Nope.
You have a ground station, then you have an uplink station. The ground station sends the signal to the up station. The up station broadcasts it to the other stations, which then goes. What Starlink is different is that Starlink has a node. Starlink goes to the up station, then has a node, and then it sends the signal to the closest node, and then sends it back down to you, wherever you are. That's what makes Starlink different, is that Starlink has a vast surrounding of nodes around the whole world, and then that's how they're able to get it. But it's literally, you have an up station and a downlink. That's how this shit works. Literally how it works.
The satellites are just mirrors. They don't generate the
Exactly.
information.
Exactly.
Thanks, nerdy. Dang.
So now
Can
you know.
Repeat that. You're
Thank
talking
you,
too fast.
nerdy.
Now you fucking know.
But nerdy,
No,
there are nuclear bunkers. There are nuclear bunkers with nodes in them, which would be very hard to take out, which means it would be very hard to wipe out the entire signal.
All of them.
I will say that.
Ooh-wee.
I just think they've been having redundancies. I mean, how are you going to bring this new system on without redundancies? They knew World War III is going to happen. A lot of this infrastructure was going to get wiped out. So I just believe that eventually we're going to get a text message on our phone saying you got to download your latest app to be able to use your new digital wallet due to security, cyber hack, whatever. You got to use this new system utilizing your digital wallet. It's going to come straight to your phone if you got a phone. It's going to be able to force everybody to do it. What are you going to do when your money's locked out? Are you going to just not participate? Are you going to go broke? No, absolutely not. And I mean, I don't see any other way how they're going to push that system out if we do have power off in countries for months at a time. You get one cyber event, it's not going to come back on overnight. You're destroying power grid. You're just destroying the infrastructure itself for a while.
I think you're
underestimating.
I think it's going to be a staged event where it's like, oh, the power went off and it wiped everything.
Flip off the switch, flip it back on.
Yeah,
you're
pretty
making it seem like it's gonna be some kind of event that
it's not going to be real. It's not going to be real. It's just going to be,
bro.
Well, it's going to be an excuse to fucking wipe everybody's bank account.
It's all orchestrated. It's
to
all
make them
fucking
freak
planned
out.
event. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look here, panic,
freak
panic
out
now,
and pray for the digital system. They want it's the solution's got to be wanted, needed. You know.
You said there was no
Epstein files.
Q stop. It's like Q as in like CUE, not Q, the letter Q. Wanting a solution, and then that's when everyone goes, "Oh, we need a solution from the blah 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 blah.
Maybe
we
it
should
wasn't
use digital
a scam.
blah 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 blah."
Look at it mooning.
I need
all of them
financial
are
inclusion.
mooning.
Yeah,
all of them are mooning right now.
Oh, I should have bought in.
Honey, should we buy some drops?
I'll bring up another crazy ass statistics. How someone made a chart showing how institutions are basically coming in so heavy. Like, people don't understand that 2025 changed fucking the world. 2025 was pivotal. It changed fucking everything. Nothing is the same anymore. 2026 and so on forth. We have now entered the phase 4 or whatever this is. We're in the last phase. It's 2026 to 2028. I mean, yeah. So 2 years, in the next 2 years, we're gonna go through some dramatic ass fucking changes. There's a few things. There's a conversation from the lady with from the IMF. She was talking about how this year is really crazy. I'll bring up some shit. So here's this one. So this is from River. River was talking to Zuby, and it's like most of the Bitcoin, but it's shifting and accelerating at a pace. And so it was about this chart about 2025 change in Bitcoin ownership, and it's showing how these are the individuals, but it's moving towards governments and businesses and ETF funds. How like literally the market is shifting. And Zuby said like it's an alpha individuals, but it's not, because most of the Bitcoin ownership is still owned by individuals. 66%, 14 million Bitcoin is still owned by individuals. So it's not like quote unquote retail is ever going to be out. It's never going to happen. They really don't care about that. They'll just keep buying it because government supplies, like, look at, like, they literally own a big ass, a good chunk of fucking Bitcoin. And this is like the small percentage of Satoshis, which doesn't even matter. But this right here, this is all retail. You're never going to flush this out ever. That's never going to happen.
I got to jump off, guys, real quick. Great hearing everybody. Love seeing you guys. Keep the community going. Keep encouraging people to keep buying crypto. Don't stop talking about it. I know you guys get discouraged. You don't want to tell anybody anymore. I hear it all the time from many people. But it's your calling, man. Share your gift. You don't want to meet your neighbor in a year from now and they lost everything and you didn't tell them shit, you know? If somebody's in front of you, I use the 5-foot circle. If anybody's in my 5-foot circle, I'm either waving hi or smiling or something. If they come a foot and a half away from me, we're having a freaking conversation. I believe in my appointment, it's a divine appointment. If you're a foot and a half away from me, I got to at least warn you. I got to at least tell you something, at least encourage you, you know? So don't stop doing it. We're so close, and so many people are going to be, you know, wiped out, like we were saying. So guys, thanks for having me on. Berserker, Nerdy, Buster, Miles. I can't see the other guys.
Bro. Have a good one.
Good to see everybody. Hope to see you again soon. Crypto Navigator out.
See you, Nerdy. Love you, man.
Save
my
money
name?
time.
Nerdy.
What's up?
Hey, all right. So yes, you're just misunderstood. No, actually, Starlink does not need a landline to require. Most financial transactions are working normally through the Starlink system today. In fact, you look it up. So it's already happening, man. The system's already on its way. It's quiet. Now remember, you guys go back and remember, search your history. Just recently, I mean, we'll say 3 years ago, if not, around the FTX collapse. If you guys remember when what's his name? Elon was going to try to, when he was starting the process of buying Twitter, what did they say? Oh, he might buy Ripple. He might buy Ripple. And I remember, I think that was 2022, 2023, that was coming around. So the possibility of him actually, or who knows, we don't know if there's parts of ownership with him already. I mean, he knew half of the creators of this technology anyhow, and I think he was a part of. I know he's part of PayPal. I mean, allegedly. So there's a lot that's happening here that and then the X and the way the X looks. I mean, come on, man. Something's going on. I hope we benefit greatly from it, but we're gonna blow up, man. We're gonna blow up. I hope we blow up financially, great, but I hope it's coming fast, because I think there's some serious shit gonna happen. And if there is a cyber attack, yeah, I could see a new system resetting in this type of idea and everything. I mean, we only know what we've been taught. Okay, that's it, or we've taught ourselves, and we've gotten whatever we've taught ourselves. We've learned it for something else or someone else. All right, I mean, self-learned. I mean, that's
Klaus
what it really is.
Klaus Schwab won't shut up about cyber attack. He's been saying cyber attack for years.
It's coming, dude. It's just it's strategically planned. That's that book called Low Intensity Operations. They describe this whole situation, how it's going to go. Not this necessarily, but how it works.
All right.
And that's all it is, dude. This whole thing. They know when they're going to do it, just like they knew 9/11.
Exactly.
They know when they're getting ready to pop this up.
I got to cover this comment real quick.
Thank you for calling the shutdown. Press 1 to panic. Press 2 for emergency.
Exactly.
Press 3 if you want to laugh, because it's the greatest show on earth. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. So I was like, Nerdy gets too emotional when people say it's not about being wrong, bro. It's about understanding how shit works. It's not about me being right or wrong. It's about understanding how systems work.
Bremer's just
how they
mad you just
inherently
smacked him up
operate.
with sauce, bro. You smacked the fuck out of Bremer. Sorry, go ahead.
It's not about, it's just understanding that, like, there's one where it's just hypotheticals where people are just talking out their ass, and there's the other thing, how systems actually work. I'm more about how systems actually work rather than hypotheticals or people just saying mumbo jumbo what ifs, right? Like, I like to have actual proof, definition of what the hell I'm talking about, rather than, you know, people just saying quantum financial system, blah 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 blah. Like, shut the fuck up. That shit's garbage. Like, explain what you mean. You can't just say shit without explaining what the hell you mean. Yeah, but another quick video. This was really interesting. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna skip through it and play parts. But fucking IMF, there's like barely any views on these videos, which is crazy. But check this one out.
Ooh-wee.
Everything has changed for the global economy. It hasn't shown up in the growth numbers for a bunch of reasons that I'm happy to get into. But be aware that the world is in a very different place.
Welcome to Radio Davos, the podcast from the World Economic Forum that looks at the biggest challenges and how we might solve them. On this episode, we're looking at the state of the global economy and what to look out for in 2026. Find Radio Davos wherever you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all our podcast distinguished economists. She's the former first deputy managing director and chief economist at the International Monetary Fund, and she's now the Gregory and Anya Coffey Professor of Economics at Harvard University. Geeta Gopinath. Geeta, welcome to Radio Davos.
Pleasure to join you, Robin.
So great to have you here. You published an article in the Financial Times a few days before the Davos meeting started. And I'm going to quote you from it. 2025 was a year when everything changed, yet somehow nothing did. What did you mean?
So 2025 was a year when we saw the US impose one of the highest tariff rates that they've had in over a century. Now, they brought it down from extremely high levels, but still the tariff rate was around 14%, much higher than at the start of the year, where it was around 3%. You also had a lot of policy chaos, a lot of confusion about where the rates would settle. And so you would think that that would have been very consequential for the global economy. But if you look at global growth for last year was 3.2%, pretty much exactly what was projected for growth in 2020.
Now, I want people to highlight something that we mentioned something earlier in the show about how everything is orchestrated. That's something that Berserker and everyone else highlighted, is how shit is orchestrated. Now, listen to the things that she says, and how things went to be because of Trump. Trump literally fucked everything up.
The year
for them.
before, when none of this was on the horizon, it's like nothing happened. And the reason I wrote that piece was to basically make the point that no, please be careful. Don't be fooled. Everything has changed for the global economy. It hasn't shown up in the growth numbers for a bunch of reasons that I'm happy to get into. But beware that the world is in a very different place.
Let's talk about the two things you mentioned then. Why didn't it have that impact that I think a lot of economists were expecting to happen? And then we'll look at maybe what are these fundamental changes?
See, they expected it to happen. 2025, 2024, and 2025, we were supposed to go through. We were supposed to have, like, shit was supposed to change and be really fucking dystopian. But that shit was overrun.
You say. So the first question then is, why did it not, bring GDP growth down?
So there was a time last year when economists thought that this could be highly consequential and even put the US economy in a recession. That was right after Liberation Day and the April 2nd tariffs. So that 3-day window, you saw markets reacting very strongly. It looked like something was going to break. But then what did the Trump administration do? They came and they basically put a pause on those tariffs and said, we're opening up time for negotiation with countries. So one important reason why things turned out better than it was expected was because the actual tariff rates were much lower than what was originally announced would be the tariff rates. And if you look at the true tariffs being paid by firms as they were importing into the US, that's even lower than the statutory rate, which is around 22, 23%. The actual tariff rate in terms of what they pay is 14%.
Why is that? Why is there a discrepancy?
So there are a bunch of reasons for it. One, there have been a lot of exemptions provided to certain products, to certain countries. So tariffs have been announced, but then they've been withdrawn. So the actual tariff rate is very different. And also, if your goods were on the sea when the tariff was imposed, you don't get slapped with the tariff. So there were a lot of exemptions, and that played an important role. Now, the reason why the economy did better than expected was also that there were two important offsets to the world economy. One was AI. That was huge. There was a large amount of investment in AI. Stock markets boomed because of that.
Now remember, what is the first thing Trump did when he came into office? The first fucking
Larry
thing he did.
Ellison and fucking fuckface scam.
Had he not done that, we would have been in a fucking recession. It's literally like we were wondering why he did that, but now we know why he did that, because he knew that that was a saving grace.
That was good for wealth, and that helped hold up consumption at the top end and encourage consumption at the top end of incomes. Countries that were supplying inputs into the AI boom also did really well. Exporters like Taiwan, South Korea, their growth got a big burst because of AI. The second is that fiscal policy, and especially in China, there was a lot of fiscal stimulus in China. Germany announced the moving away from the debt brake rule, and the effect of that is going to play out over the years, in this year or next year. The US economy also has a strong fiscal stimulus this particular year in 2026. So all of that is providing support to an economy that's otherwise being pushed back by tariffs.
And so what has fundamentally changed then? I think you're saying there is still a risk to the downside for economic growth, but are there real fundamental changes that have happened last year that are going to hit us this year?
So the fundamental change that has happened is we've moved away from the rules-based, predictable global trade order. There is a level of uncertainty that wasn't there before. That uncertainty is affecting businesses, especially small businesses. It takes time for that effect to play out. What I'm concerned about is that last year, at least, there was no overall retaliation from all of the US's trading partners. China was one country that retaliated. Europe did not. But we're starting this year with threats of retaliation from the European Union because of the US's statements on Greenland. Now that can amplify. But so this world where there's so much uncertainty makes it very hard to make investments and to do business. I like to think of what happened after Brexit. Right after Brexit, there were 2 years when investment continued to go up. And everybody thought, well, this can't really be such a big deal. But then ultimately investment slowed. And 10 years later, you look back and you say, well, this was really a negative effect on the UK economy. I'm not saying that's the exact effect that will be there on the US, because the US is a much larger economy than the UK. But still, all of these changes, not just in terms of international policy, but also domestic policy, questions about central bank independence, those have slower effects, but they do show up over time.
It is an extraordinary
So you hear that? So that's why I kept saying shit about the tariffs, and we talked about the tariffs. Is that the tariffs are actually a really good thing? We might not see the effect of the tariffs come in with this administration, but it will happen within an 8 to 10 year time frame. And once that does take place, say goodbye to taxes, say goodbye to a lot of shit, and we're going to be living in a very beautiful place, and a lot of people going to.
So that's that Nasara Jasara placate the public fucking.
You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Well, a lot of the public, in my belief, a lot of public are gonna moon from crypto because a lot of winners.
Yeah. Yep.
But that will also disseminate to our own families and friends, and so in other words, it'll be like a lightweight, like Shangri-La, but it'll be from the gains of crypto.
Correct.
And that'll do the initial pacifying, and then when tariffs come into play, it'll be Shangri-La later.
And that's where you get into your UBI and like
UBI.
High value income and all that stuff. High value income because they're coming from tariffs.
But what do you mean? If everybody gets UBI, there won't be anybody that wants to work.
Yeah. So I feel like if you really pay attention to what she's saying, she's basically saying the world has changed. The world order has changed because the whole world order that we're all used to and that we lived in was a relationship between the West and Europe, right? Basically, America and Europe's and British relationship is what kept the global order, what created the global order we have today. But America has become so powerful that we don't need Europe no more. And they're going off a cliff, they're going downhill, and we're taking over.
Well, so especially since the New World Order is gonna on the West, we're literally gonna like take Greenland. And in my opinion, I think we're going to end up with Canada and South America.
I agree. I think we're watching
one big ass fucking global country. Yeah.
I 100% agree. I think that at the end of the day, United States is going to be one of the strongest and the most powerful empire this world has ever witnessed.
And most motherfuckers don't matter. Their jobs don't matter.
We're going to have
people's jobs don't matter.
Yeah, and
They'll
we're going to be
over by AI immediately.
Yeah, and we're going to be living through the best fucking economy, like. We're gonna be living in a better economy than our grandparents. Even
and the jobs that are left,
than when we're in the gold standard.
The fucking jobs that are left, the trades will be militarized.
No, I think trade jobs are gonna boom. I think more people.
No, they'll boom, but with UBI, ain't no motherfucker.
No, bro. I think if you look at what trade jobs and so
they just militarize
how
it.
Society
it's like
works.
The fucking engineers.
Well, how society
Army
works.
Engineers.
Check this out. How society works. Most people's identity is based to their occupation. It's tied to their occupation, right? They identify who they are based on what they do, right? Based upon that, if
so
you take
everybody
away,
gets UBI stops being special.
Listen, once you
they want to be special and call themselves a plumber. Plumber in the business.
Once you remove occupation from someone's identity, they don't know what to do. But then that leads into the other aspect, which is creativity, because people like to create shit. Because out of natural order, it's either you working for someone and that is your identity, or you're creating something and now you've made your identity, right? Either or. But whatever you do as a work is your identity, just like it has been throughout history, whether it's a blacksmith or a fucking carpenter or fucking plumber or a mechanic or whatever you are, right? It doesn't even matter. Now, what I think is going to happen with AI and with 3D printers and how we have all these things, I think we're going to live through a very beautiful time of innovation. If you look at the old 1900s, how we lived to a certain moment in time, how it was just a massive fucking boom of innovation during the industrial time. We had electric cars and everything.
All of that can grow based on everybody having UBI because nobody has to worry about survival anymore.
No one is worrying about survival. No one is worrying about
identity.
It's about identity and finding who you are and living a really good life and living a healthy life by making your own income. And I think that's where crypto and stuff comes in, where yes, people will have gig jobs and stuff like that, doing multiple jobs. But I think the people who have the motivation or the creativity to create shit and put shit out, like authentic. I think being authentic is going to be the new selling point. People are going to go towards people who are authentic, who are providing real content, rather than people who are trying to feed the algorithm. I think
we're rich.
I think that's where the world is moving towards, and I think we're going to see more people come online and do their own podcasts and get into the social media thing. And I think that basically is a foundation to this Ready Player One vision that we've seen so many times, where yes, everyone is online and everyone has their own podcast, but now everyone has transitioned to living into this digital world, and I think that's where we're really going into, where digital and physical are fusing together. But yeah, I think we're good. I think the more that I listen to economists and shit, the more that I listen to a lot of people, I think people should be more less black pilled, less negative, and more positive, and just take advantage of the time you have right now. Because I agree with Navi. What Navi was saying, how this is the last time we're going to see these prices. I agree with them. I think this is the greatest opportunity in history.
Ooh-wee. Any last words, gentlemen? You got any last words? We get to get out of here and enjoy our evenings. What do you think?
The future belongs to the creators and the builders and the architects.
Absolutely.
And the AI robots with XRP symbolism in their wires.
A robot is only as smart as the program that's within it, just like any other human. So if the program within the robot isn't advanced, then the robot is just a dummy robot, no different from what we have today. But if the robot, the algorithm, or the code base within that robot is advanced, then you're gonna have an advanced being. I think what we're going into this cycle loop of people finding out what it is to be human, and now we are creating what it means for a robot, and a robot will be what it is to be a robot. And we're kind of going through these different identity of stages. But I think that people who realize this shit and take advantage of it and actually expand their education palette and start learning different things, I think those are the people who are going to survive. People who adapt to change, people who are not scared of change, people who actually incorporate language models into the workflow and shit like that, and not afraid of it, but actually befriend it and go close to it and actually become more proficient in it. I think those are the people who are going to win at the end of the day. But the people who are not doing shit right now, who are just waiting, blah blah blah, but are just fucking negative, like the show is a positive thing. You're doing something, you're creating something. But I think people who are not doing nothing and just fucking this sour patch of shit, like fucking Kendra Hill, that bitch is hella sour. I bet her pussy stinks. But fucking she's negative as shit. But if people like that, they're not gonna benefit. But that's just from my point of view, from what I'm saying. Because what you're seeing, like you're seeing 15-year-old kids rope pull motherfuckers on crypto making 20 grand. They're like, "Hi, I got you, bitches," and like no one does shit. But who is that to blame? Are you blaming the little kid, or are you blaming the dumbass who fell for that shit? You get what I'm saying? So it's like there's hella money to be made right now, but most people don't even realize it.
I got a closing thought that ties in with nerdy.
Run it.
Okay. UBI doesn't have to be people sitting around doing nothing. It's already been proven that people will sit for hours and pretend to be a farmer, pretend to build blocks. There's a lot of people who won't go out in the sun and sweat and dig a hole, but you could pay them to drive a robot to dig a hole.
Right.
So you could put somebody on UBI and say, yeah, you just got to sit in this box 4 hours a day and run this robot and move rocks. And they'd be like, oh, hell yeah, because I can sit there with my Coke. And it's going to be like Idiocracy, where they got the recliners that they shit in. And they just have to drive a robot to dig a hole where they don't got to get up, leave their house, put on their clothes, get in a truck, go haul coal. They could just drive a drone for a couple hours. It'll be easy.
Meet the Robertson.
The whole purpose of UBI, though, is to replace. There's still going to be a shit ton of jobs to rereplace.
I agree.
Yeah, but there's going to be a labor transfer onto the mechanical, and you might need human mind, like all these robots that are still driven by humans washing dishes. There's a lot of people that don't want to go out of their house and wash dishes. You could have some guy in Mexico sitting in a box driving a robot to wash dishes for a rich guy. I mean, there's a lot of ways they can use this tech to take the workload off the human body. And a lot of people would do it. They just don't want to sweat. They'll drive a drone. You make the video game look like they're playing Minecraft and they're actually stacking boxes for Amazon. It ain't even got to be like it looks like work. It could look like a video game. We know people would sit there and play video games until their butts fall off. It's easy.
You're right. That's what the Black Mirror episode was about. You're right.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's possible that the AI robots will be the AI trading bots will be the ones generating the UBI.
I'd rather drive a robot as a nurse and let the robot do the. I'll drive the robot to wipe the. I'd rather have a robot wipe the ass and me drive it than me stand there and wipe the ass and smell it. You know what I mean? I'd do that.
I think
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
I think I think it's a better more to think of it a way of you can create value out of anything with this technology. You can literally do anything and create value out of it and create an ecosystem and create like like before, people think that it was only up to the banks. It was reserved to the banks to create a financial system of some sort, right? But now anyone can do it with this technology. Anyone can create an ecosystem with their meme coins and have people buy and sell shit and do whatever, right? So I think we're going to see more communities come together and more sectors where you can have different groups of people with their own money that they spend, but it's all interoperable. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I think we're literally going into like gaming avatar territory.
Yeah. Why Ripple?
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.
Ooh-wee, we love you. Say goodbye. Go ahead, walk us out. Hood Rich, say some profound shit. Thanks for showing us that robot shit. Go ahead,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Y'all just keep dollar cost averaging. Hold on tight to your bags and
calling the robots.
yeah. Y'all hold on tight. We're almost there. We're almost there. I feel it coming.
Hold on tight. We're almost there.
Let's go.
We're almost there.
It was actually Safe Moon the whole time. Later.
Safe moon money. Safe moon money. Safe moon money. It's not funny. It's safe moon money. Safe moon money. Got to get me that safe moon money. Safe moon money. Safe moon money. Got to get me that safe moon money. Safe moon money. Safe moon money. Safe moon money. Safe moon money.
Safe moon money. I got me some safe moon money. Safe moon money. You're running out of time. Safe moon money, and I got it on my mind. Rockets blasting off, it's about moon time, and we making it rain here. Watch us all shine, and we all going berserker, so please don't be shy. It's that moon life. that meme coin vibe. You thought it was a meme coin till that meme coin changed your life. On that Doge for the ride, taking profits to the standard. Watch us fly, get that bag, hurry up and buy. And when we moonshot, you're gonna love me long time. Watching rockets in the sky, one more time, grab that bag, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up and hurry up and ball.
Safe moon money, safe moon money,
safe moon money,
safe moon money. Got to get me that safe moon money,
safe moon money.
It's not funny, it's safe moon money,
safe moon money.
It's not funny,
Safe moon money. I got me some safe moon.
This is Berserker. I'm not a lurker, stacking certs, been steady blue crew ever since the beer flu brought Mushu from the woo-woo. I got a clear view. Thanks to the army, been spitting game about fame and fortune coming close. But, I'm a big ghost. Reflections, no scam. Bet boy be holding Bitcoin spam. My man Rain dropped a dime and told Berserker what's prime. I owe it to my fam. Alex, D-Vlogs, Lady E, Rain, Bagman.
safe moon money, safe moon money,
safe moon money,
safe moon money. Got to get me that safe moon money,
safe moon money.
It's not funny, it's safe moon money,
safe moon money.
It's not funny,
Safe moon money. I got me some safe moon money.
Moon Monday. Yeah, it's safe moon money.
Got